Brand new HD bear, hot, live, just for you, coming to you from the fireplace. Your favorite lazy YouTuber who won't just make videos because he's lazy. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoyed the Pamper Chew dive yesterday. It was quite the interesting experience. It's weird, like, because I made the Pamper Chew video, and I've known about Pamper Chew for quite some time. So when I'm sitting there and I'm editing this thing about used baby diapers from the garbage, I'm just like, yeah, this is fine. This is, you get so desensitized to it. But then I post it, and the reaction some people had, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, but you know, it's charming. It's definitely charming. That's your little intro to the internet. If you're welcome, everybody. If you're new to the internet, I'd like to direct you all to google.com, and then after that on the list, my video about Pamper Chew recycling used baby diapers from the garbage. So welcome to the stream once again. Today's going to be an interesting one. I decided to keep the train of adult babies running and talk about the Nostalgia Critic, because I used to be a fan of that guy with the glasses. I used to be a really big fan of them, actually. I used their site a lot back in like 2011 or so, and I was a fan of Nostalgia Critic. I liked, who did I watch on that site? I know I liked Spoonie, because he was actually good. I don't know many people who would argue that Spoonie used to be funny. He's a fucked up individual now, but Spoonie used to be pretty good. Well, who else? There was Phalus. I watched him. I watched, like, Brad Jones, Cinema Snob. He's still good now, which is weird, but, it's weird that, I don't know, I just expected the whole site to go under. If you're not familiar with this whole thing, which I'm sure you are, they've been around for about 10 years. Nostalgia Critic, Channel Awesome, big YouTube, and formerly not YouTube, but then back to YouTube, like, content group, a lot of, like, internet reviewers, stuff like that, people who do talk about movies and things like that. The Nostalgia Critic, Doug Walker, the main guy, talked about stuff from like the 80s and the 90s that he was nostalgic for. I used to enjoy the series. This was right around the time that I was first getting into like AVGN, and it was okay. I don't know, we might take a look at some old episodes, maybe. But really what this stream is for, it's something I've wanted to do for a while. I've heard stories, and I've seen a little bit here and there about how bad the new Nostalgia Critic is. If you're not aware, Doug Walker, like, killed off the character in it was a whole drama, a whole internet drama thing. He killed off the character. He didn't tell the rest of the people on the site that the flagship thing was now no longer going to be, like, a thing. And that caused problems. And then he tried to replace the Nostalgia Critic with other stuff, which was all awful. And then he brought the Nostalgia Critic back. But now, from what I've heard, and the most of my knowledge on this subject extends to... What was it? Most of my knowledge on this subject extends to the Jar Media podcast that, if you don't know, I Hate Everything. He does a podcast with like his brother, I think, and a few other people. And they were talking about, they were analyzing the Nostalgia Critic. They were kind of trying to see if his videos were as bad as people say. I don't know. They still have good like ratios. I see a lot of, like, I often see them show up, because I do watch a lot of, like, YouTube, like, reviews, you know, Red Letter Media, stuff like that, Ralph the Movie Maker, YMS, and so on. And so, occasionally, the Nostalgia Critic will show up, and I'm like, really? Really with this? I was going to actually do a video a while ago, talking about Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. The god-awful CGI movie from 1999, I think. And the reason I was going to talk about it was because the only two reviews that I'd seen online were from the Nostalgia Critic and fucking Pro Jared. So I figured, you know what, I got a swooty in there. I got a swiggity-swooty in there and make my mark. But we haven't gotten that far yet. But yeah, mostly I want to see how bad the videos are now. Because back in the day, the format was he would show clips of the movie, he would talk about the movie. It's the general YouTube review format. It's the same as like your Cinema Snobs or whatever. It's similar to AVGN. You all know what I'm talking about. But now, from what I understand, oh god, he's got to team up with fucking Brad Jones. I can't keep watching Brad Jones if you're gonna appear. If he's gonna appear in Doug Walker videos, then that's just gonna ruin the whole channel for me. But, yeah, he no longer shows clips from the movies, from what I understand. Now he, like, acts them out. And this is what I was told in the Jar, this is what I heard from the Jar Media podcast, that he gets his, like, crew to act out these scenes, which in turn makes the review really disconnected and jumbled. He's like reviewing something that you don't see, and then he shows a clip of his own recreation, which is garbage. So, I don't know which ones to go with here, but yeah, mostly I'd like to try and watch his new stuff, because his old stuff I think might actually make me laugh here and there, just out of like nostalgia maybe, you know, haha nostalgia, but yeah, I mean, the Nostalgia Critic's been around for at least, like, 10 years now. So there are a lot of people probably watching this stream right now, like myself, who are nostalgic for the Nostalgia Critic. And it's just, I'm sorry to shatter all of our beliefs here, but... Oh god, not this asshole again. Why does this guy's fucking streams show up every time I search for something? This is stupid. This is stupid. Yeah, so I haven't watched, what was the last Nostalgia Critic that I watched? It would have been like 2012-ish or something. I don't remember what video it was, but I remember what it was that I think made me stop watching, and it was, it was this one gag in a video where he literally just screamed at the camera for 20 seconds straight. Just a 20-second, ah! for 20 seconds. Maybe more. It might have been 30 seconds. And at that point, I was like, okay, man. All right, this is enough. And that was when I started to drift away from that guy with the glasses as a whole. Or Channel Awesome, I guess as they're called now. So he still does a lot of videos. I did not know this. I thought this was like a... I thought after he brought the Nostalgia Critic back, it would be kind of like AVGN. And he'd only bring him out every, like, few months. You know, because that's what the fans want or whatever. Like, James Rolfe has moved on to other stuff. He's not just Angry Video Game Nerd every week now. But it seems like the Critic here... Critic! Do you remember the crossover movies? We should really watch one of those crossover movies someday. But yeah. It seems like the Critic's still doing this. And he's no longer talking about things that are really all that nostalgic. I mean, like Blade 2 was like a 2000-something movie. I know he ran out of stuff to talk about eventually, at some point. I think that's what he said. Like, we're out of material, bad things to talk about that I'm nostalgic for, so he had to, like, branch out to newer stuff. So I can get that, but now he's talking about, like, Percy Jackson. Like, what? I don't think you have any nostalgia for this there, Doug. Yeah. Another thing I like to say just before... Maybe we should watch this one, actually. Just to take some notes. Another thing, since I'm a ripoff of every other YouTuber, apparently, I should probably take my notes from Doug Walker, but, everything... another thing that I wanted to say before we get started here is just, it would be really interesting to see what ends up happening with the recording of this stream, because, as many of you may know, the Nostalgia Critic was kind of well known for quote-unquote fair use, like upholding fair use. He moved away from YouTube because YouTube wasn't allowing creators to fairly criticize things and show clips in that sort of way. The same kind of thing that's happening now, basically. And so it would be really interesting to see if some sort of copyright strike or something happens. Because I've never seen anybody else, like, talk about in this way, you know, covering his videos. We do a lot of videos talking about Doug Walker the person or Channel Awesome the group, but I've never seen that many videos covering his actual, like, his videos. And I wonder if that's because nobody else has had the bright idea to do this, or if, you know, something happened. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find one here that, like, some of these I could almost see myself watching. I could see myself accidentally clicking on this because I am also not into the Disney live-action remakes. If anybody in chat has a suggestion for some videos to watch, you can watch the old Lion King review, but that's just him as a person. He looks like, what's his name, the guy from, Command and Conquer? Bald guy. Batman Forever. Oh, that could be a good one. Our sponsor, Black Tux. Pearl Harbor, Richie... Okay, well, Richie Rich is a classic. Maybe we should check this one out. I don't know. That's from 3 years ago. I don't know if he still does the thing with the fully, like, acting everything in skit form. Let's see. Punished Venom, Doug. Please the FF one. Batman Forever, lol. Retsupre covered him once. You know... I used to be such a fan of Retsupre, and then they kind of... I don't know, a lot of people, I think, might fall into the category that I am, boy, I sure liked Retsupre, and then, and then it just kind of Do they still do anything? I think they did like a sponsored video for like a fake Minecraft years and years ago. Like a rip-off of Minecraft. They were like, boy, Diabetes, this sure is fun. Yeah, Slow Beef, this is great. Didn't Nostalgia Critic make like Avengers-style movies with all of his critic friends? Yes, it was... you know what? I didn't even think about watching that, one of those movies, but I'm starting to think we might need to check that out, maybe on a later stream. Because we're gonna watch some Nostalgia Critic here eventually, whenever I stop diddling myself. But, I also kind of want to check out Linkara and a few others. Did you learn anything? I kind of want to check out, like, because I used to watch him, too. And, I remember, the one thing that I really remember about Linkara was thinking, it's admirable that he manages to be, and I thought he was funny. I did think he was funny back in the day when I did watch him. I thought it's admirable that he manages to be kind of funny without being, like, without having to swear every 2 seconds. Because I do that. I swear every 2 seconds. I can't help it. That's just how I is, you know? It's in my blood. I'm just trailer trash. But you know, I think people that can make you laugh without having to be like vulgar. That's a pretty admirable thing. And I used to think that about Linkara, and then I remembered, oh yeah, he's one of those. He's one of those turbo good boys that you hear about. And then I look back and I remember, didn't he have a fedora? Didn't he unironically wear a fedora and a trench coat? So, yeah, we might look at some of that. AVGN is at his best when he's talking about something obscure and not just the easy targets, though his skits are funnier. You know, like, I actually rewatched all of the AVGN videos a year ago or something, and I just marathoned through them. And, like, a lot of the jokes, I remember feeling this way, like, some of the jokes don't land anymore, the old, like, AVGN jokes. Maybe I'm just, like, too old for them, I don't know, but some of the jokes are so absurdly unfunny and stupid that they actually they come around to being funny again. And I don't know if that was the intention, but that was, like, the prevailing thing. This is, like, the thing I thought so many times when I watched a old AVGN video. Like, for the most part, I'd say about 70% of his videos, 70% of the bulk of, even the new ones, they still hold up pretty well. But then occasionally, and it's less so now, but it was like this before, occasionally there's, like, these skits that are just, they didn't age very well. They're very, like 5th grade, you know, and it's kind of, but they kind of work around to being, like I said, kind of funny again. And I don't think, I don't really think AVG, or I don't think Nostalgia Critic's gonna hold up in quite the same way. I'm getting super chats here. I should check stuff out. Capitan Bossera with $5. I just needed to let you know pimentos are sweet chilies. Party cheese salad is still grimy though. They're chilies? I didn't know that. But thank you. Abby Chapman, the wonderful Abby Chapman with 100 pounds. Your dulcet tones relieving my monotonous crap day. Oh, thank you very much. And I'm sorry to hear that your day is crap, but you know what? We're about to watch some Nostalgia Critic, and it's gonna get a lot worse. So just buckle yourself in. And actually, there's another one here from Abby, the amazing Abby. Another 100 pounds. Papers filed. Bear is adopted. He will now live with my iguana. Hey man, I'm looking to leave the Canadian West Coast. I am sick of it here. I've been having discussions all day about, okay, what is it like to get citizenship in the United States? Oh, okay, I have to be an illegal alien. That's cool. I'm gonna get sent over the wall. It doesn't even matter that I'm not from Mexico. They'll just throw me over the wall anyway. Thank you so much once again, Abby Chapman. And then there was some other ones that I think I missed here. Lily Liver, $2. Name of intro song. Also, hello. Here's 2 buckaroos. Thank you, Lily Liver. That was Simcorder Night from the Herbs. Oh, no. That was Urbania Night from the Herbs Sims in the City on the Game Boy Advance, which I promise I'm going to stream for you guys one day. Because if you've never seen hip, jive-talking city herbs, city life Sims, it's quite the shit show. Very good music though in that game and its predecessor. I'll catch up. I think Fate sent 20. Generic McName, I think he sent 20 DKK, and I forgot to call it out before, and now it's not on here. But thank you. Let me just check the thing. Oh god. Tamara. Oh, I missed a few. I'm missing so many. Oh my god, this is awful. Generic McName, 20 DKK. Here's a momentary apology for missing the start. Don't worry, you just missed a vibrating George Costanza. I'm thinking of changing from OBS because it's not allowing me to do a proper weird image slideshow in the way that I'm envisioning. I might have to go to XSplit, but thank you for the DKK. $2 from Deaths. Apparently the X in her name is supposed to... Oh, and big thanks to her. Deaths. It's supposed to be Death, apparently. Big thanks to her for doing the cool HD, new, fresh, hot bear here. Very nice work. I used this at the end of the Pamper Chew video. And I'm planning on procuring her services for further in the future for her wonderful bears. So thank you, and thank you for the super chat. Love you, Claw. Glad you're using the new bear heart. Thank you very much. And Woomy, $2. Great value. Medicare. I agree. Thanks. I mean, kinda. Like, I joke. People in the chat are like, oh, you're a ripoff of so-and-so. But at this point, I've seen so many people call me a ripoff of so many people, some of whom I've never even watched, that it's like, you know what? At least I'm ripping off everybody together. It's like a melting pot of plagiarism, so it's okay. It's fine. Tamara Jarushik with $2. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm sure with a name like that, it must be hell, like trying to order pizza or something. $2. Why are you turning into an adult baby review channel? You know, I'm actually thinking of cutting down. There was a stream we did a while ago looking at an adult baby forum where it was a bunch of like elderly people. And the question was raised, did they always shit themselves in diapers and this is just like a strong contingent of people that we don't know about? Or are these old people who are incontinent because they're old, who decided that they like it and they like pretending that they're babies because they, you know what, you gotta make the best of the hand you're dealt, right? So that may be gracing the channel in the future. Now onward. I think I'm caught up here with the chats. Now onward with the actual stream. I'm sorry to everybody who is 23 minutes into this and I still haven't actually got to any videos, but you know what? It's not about the length. It's about how you use it. Now I actually have to check the chat again because if anybody has any suggestions for famous ABDL reviewer Deadwing Dork, yes. That's gonna go on my tombstone. We need more making fun of Movie Bob. You're a ripoff of Deadwing Dork. Deadwing Dork is a ripoff of Jesus. You're a lot nicer than Medicare. Yeah, Medicare is a very thorny individual, and that's his thing, and that's cool. And I definitely. I always try to start out nice, at least. Like, I do try. I try to be listen, you can only go in with such a level of niceness when you're talking about, like, a person that reuses baby diapers. You know what I mean? Like, I try to go in being nice. It doesn't always turn out that way. By the end of the video, I'm telling people to walk into the fire and kill themselves. So, in Minecraft, But yeah, I try to be a little nicer. It doesn't always work out, but as I say, if anybody has any suggestions, the Deadpool 2 one is really bad. Yeah, I've heard of that one. I think I want to see that one. Where? I'll just keep scrolling down, unless I see another one that's Jack and Jill. Why would you bother reviewing Jack and Jill a fucking, like, 6 years after the Red Letter Media video? That's all you need. That's the last review you need. You don't need Nostalgia Critic's hot take on Jack and Jill. Man on the Moon is bad, and here's why. Balto 2. Jaws 4. Master of Disguise. Oh, I remember this one with the turtle man. I really wanted to see the Master of Disguise movie when I was a kid. I saw the ads for it and I thought, this looks weird and stupid and funny. I don't know. Turtle Club, and then I never saw it because I think my dad had more sense than that. The Last Airbender, Chicken Little, Suicide Squad. You know what? This could be a terrible review of a terrible movie. Maybe this could be good. So once again, any Channel Awesome affiliates who are watching this video at this moment in time, if you manage to get half an hour in and not stop on me rambling about nothing, then kudos. But this is a fully fair use bonanza. This is a bonanza of a stream, and it's in complete fair use because I'm providing commentary. I'm reviewing. It's a review. You would know something about this yourself, fellas. So I'm just putting that out there. It will be really interesting to see what happens with the VOD of this one. Let's get right into it. Here's Suicide Squad. No, give us the high quality. 144p, baby. That's good. 720 is fine. I've got a shitty laptop that's at that weird like halfway resolution that's like we're not quite 1080, but we're not quite 720. We're at like 1366 or some shit. So 720 is good, but now the video's not working. Boy, we're off to a great start. Here we go. All right. Worlds are changing. Universes are colliding. Can I just say? Okay, now I can't pause. Good. Can I just say that it's every time I see somebody on YouTube do a skit where they shoot something that isn't real, like a video game character that they've keyed in, it's usually when I turn off the video. Like, I kind of thought that trope was dead, like a long time ago, but apparently Nostalgia Critic on this channel, it lives on. So. Epic intro. Basically, the spider. Okay, now we're. Alright, okay. Everything is going wrong. The video's freezing. I can't pause properly. Great. It's fine. It's just like the Spider-Man intro, except with technical problems. Here he is.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic.
Oh my god.
Remember, so you don't have to.
Oh my god, I forgot how annoying that was. Hang on. I'm gonna try to fix the pausing, because this is annoying. There you go.
Reshoot. What are you guys doing here? The chart says we need to redo the review.
Fuck.
Reshoot.
Okay, now if you're not familiar, this is his brother, who, as I recall, is pretty instrumental in the fucking over of a lot of the people who work for Channel Awesome. So, from what I remember, Doug has basically, he's like this weird standoffish, like, figurehead. Like, I think YMS and fucking I Hate Everything, I think they mentioned that they did a video, or they did a Skype call with the Channel Awesome people to, like, collaborate on a video or something, and Doug was there the whole time, and he just never said a word, and it was weird. I don't know. That's apparently the way it is with him. All this weird shit is going on behind the scenes, and there's, like, sexual assault happening, and there's, like, fucking people getting fired for taking a fucking bathroom break, and all this shit going down at Channel Awesome. And Doug is just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Whoa, I just review the movies. Oh.
What are you guys doing here? The chart says we need to redo the review.
So there you're a bit caught up.
The
on the
Department of
behind the
Cameos.
scenes.
Remember when you made the trailer for this review? The one with the pop song?
You mean the one I was told to do like another comic book trailer that may or may not have a talking raccoon in it? We can't confirm nor deny that.
Well, it was a big hit, and we need to add more comedy.
You're changing halfway just because a competitor is doing better?
Well, DC is usually a few months behind. Years. Decade.
It's okay, we're doing it for the fans.
Doing what?
Cutting out what they like the most.
Let's go GOP on this sucker.
Now, since we're incorporating more
Epic political joke in the first 2 minutes of your video, my man.
humor, obviously we have to drop the clown.
Well, it goes without saying. Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
Ah! Yeah, Jin's been playing Joker offset like Jared Leto did on the movie.
Oh, by the way, here you go.
What? Yeah, he mails that shit like...
Okay, so basically, let me get this straight. So this is a parody of the executive thing that happened, like the corporate meddling in the DC movies. This is a parody of that, ostensibly. This is them being like higher management above Nostalgia Critic telling him to This is such a confusing setup. It's so weird because it's like they're in character as in-universe characters who, and then there's the guy playing the Joker in their skits about the. I don't.
Leto too, because the real Joker would do that. Oh look, anal bead. Ah! Just like the real master of crime. How is this even funny? The Joker's supposed to be funny.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You're holding anal beads.
How is this even funny? Your videos are supposed to be funny.
Your authentic grills are falling out.
Well, I'm a man of many surprises.
You sure they aren't just plastic?
I would almost be impressed by the cosplay here, except he forgot to put damaged on his forehead. How are you gonna know he's damaged if he doesn't say he's damaged?
Teeth.
I'm a man of many surprises.
Okay, quiet.
Listen, Jim.
Jim? Who's Jim? Sounds like a handsome guy.
Joker. Jared Leto playing Joker?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to call him that every time. You got to call him that every time, yeah. Listen, we appreciate that you're trying to create buzz, but
This is so bizarre. Like, it's just such a weird high concept, like, internet review in such a way. It doesn't need to be this stupid and, like, complicated. It's like there's a guy playing the Joker, but he's not playing the Joker. He's playing the guy who plays the Joker in the movie that they're reviewing. What the fuck?
But doesn't the Joker
This is honestly worse than just having like a CGI or, you know, keyed in like Mortal Kombat character or whatever and firing a fucking Hadouken at him or some shit like Thalos used to do. That was pretty cringe. Epic cringe. Losing subscriber. But but this is just such an overly
people and
like bizarre
robot
way of
buildings?
doing this
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
like
video.
dangerous. I'd rather just pretend that stuff.
Oh, just like the real Joker. Yeah.
So, while you're pretending to do that other stuff, why don't you also pretend that you're doing this second grader discovering what a troll is shtick?
Well, I...
Wouldn't be able to act like an asshole for no reason?
Oh, just like the real Jared Leto.
No!
Yeah. So that's totally justified. I'm deeper than I thought, which I can also say...
God, the acting is just... If you're not aware, Doug really fancies himself like a real auteur. He's a real, like, established film critic, you understand. And so, it's I don't know. People say, like I think they said on the Jar Media thing that, you know, it was at least kind of admirable that Doug was able to put together those films in the way that they did. He got his vision put together, you know what I mean? And for like a small crew or whatever, that's kind of, I guess, admirable, like I said, but I don't know, you watch him act, you watch like the jokes that he writes, it's
Those
just...
anal beads.
Oh, it's so funny because he has the it's funny because anal beads, guys.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Cut him out. You can cut him out all you want. Agreed. Though we're also going to have to redo the opening credits. What? How?
You know what? I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. It's trying so hard to be like meta and fourth wall. And it doesn't realize that being meta and fourth wall breaking stopped being like a shocking, funny thing back in like 2010, which is about when it stopped being funny for him too. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still okay if you do that sparingly, but this is like the whole review.
Yeah, all right,
is like
that ain't half bad.
Nothing says dark and gritty movie like bright neon.
All right, this is getting me hyped up. I'm ready for action.
Negative. Our charts show that some people prefer it when you sit at a desk and do nothing.
Oh, come on. Who would want to start Suicide Squad with someone just sitting down for 20 minutes just talking about the main characters?
I don't know. Who would want to start a stream with someone just sitting down for 30 minutes rambling about bullshit? But yet some of you are still here.
With
So
someone sitting down for
thank
20
you.
minutes just talking about the main characters. Her name is Amanda, played by Viola Davis.
And so here
She's an
we see-
intelligence officer with an idea so insane it's just crazy enough not to work.
Who do we call when the next Superman comes to take us out?
Wonder Woman.
No.
The Flash.
It's like it's such a it's such a half measure, you know what I mean? Like he wanted to do these film reviews, right? And copyright problems got in the way. And so he decided instead of just doing what you want to do, he decided, okay, well, let's just act out the movies. And it's this compounding, like, compromise in the sense that he quit the Nostalgia Critic, too. And then he came back because he had to, because, you know, revenue. and now it's like he wanted to do other stuff. He wanted to move on and do, like, comedy skits, you know? But he couldn't because nobody watched them because they were terrible. So the only way that he could get people to sit down in the seat and pay attention to his awful comedy skits was by half-measuring them into these reviews, where he's already half-measuring the review because you can't have the film clips, apparently. I don't know, like, YMS gets away with it. Ralph the Movie Maker gets away with it. A lot of people get away with it. But apparently, instead of trying to figure out a way to do that and get away with it, he just did this compounding half measure, like I keep saying. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's a little sad.
No.
Cyborg.
No.
Batman.
No.
Lego Batman.
How about the villains those heroes fought?
Nope. No, even though that would arguably save hundreds of lives, that's not what happens. They actually hear her out.
If another person as strong as Superman comes, we have to be ready.
Are you seriously telling me that supervillains will do less harm than Superman?
Did you forget how good Metropolis looked after Superman saved it from Zod? Okay, you have a point.
Let's look at these crazies.
I can enjoy a good jab at Man of Steel. That's worthy of a, not much more than a, but just a little, that's all that's worth.
Our first mugshot is Deadshot. Deadliest assassin around and possible savior of Will Smith's career. It also turns out he has a daughter who knows how to play peacekeeper when he pisses off the wrong people.
It's over, Deadpool.
Oh my god. So who's your favorite Batman, chat? I've always maintained that George Clooney Batman could have been good if he had a better movie. If George Clooney was given Batman now, he could be like a suave old grandfatherly Batman, and it would be great. But no, we don't need him. We got graying beard Doug Walker, bags under his eyes, like bulging out of his suit. And I get that it's kind of the joke. Obviously, he's not pretending he looks like It's just,
Deadpool.
Deadshot!
It's just,
Well, this movie got a lot less cool. Oh, please.
No! Killing him won't solve anything. It'll just turn you into a cold-hearted monster that any decent human being would immediately lose affection for.
Yeah, well, that's never stopped me before. Now move out of the way, kid. I'm gonna shoot your daddy.
I was talking to—
This is a pretty accurate representation of Batman in the Zack Snyder movies.
him, not you.
Oh, sorry. Usually when people are angry about a costume man killing people, it's about me.
You win, kid.
Oh, but I wanted to...
And let's be fair here also. The black guy here, he's doing double duty. He's playing two characters. And even just as Deadshot, honestly, he's better than he's performing the character better than Will Smith did. So
kill him.
That's hot. That's pretty hot.
I'm Batman.
Next on.
Oh my god. Can anybody in chat who's like a big normie, can you just inform me if people still find that funny? Because I think the Christian Bale "I'm Batman" thing stopped being funny again back in like 2010 or so. And this is turning out very similarly to Onision. People who just can't move on from Batman, from fucking epic meme Batman Dark Knight comedy circa 2008.
On our list is Captain Boomerang. He's pretty much rock steady from Ninja Turtles before he was the Rhino. His superpower? You guessed it. Boomerang.
You're going to take down the next Superman with a boomerang.
Admittedly,
Boomerang.
it does sound stupid.
It doesn't sound stupid if it's a kryptonite boomerang.
Amazingly stupid.
But you'll be distracted when I tell you that the Flash is in this movie.
Hello.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of how it is like, occasionally there's going to be a little joke. Because that's the thing with Nostalgia Critic for me is, like, the videos that he makes now. I guess I should say Doug Walker, but specifically the Nostalgia Critic videos that he makes now. And I guess also the Doug Walker, I don't know. But the videos that are put out by this character and this personality now reflect a lot of my actual opinions about the film industry, like the Disney remakes and all that shit, and the corporate meddling at DC and that kind of thing. And so it comes down to this thing where it's like, I agree in some cases with the jokes that he's making and the point behind them, but they're just not funny. Like, it really pushes the extent to which, like, you can agree, you can forgive somebody not being necessarily, you know, I don't know how to put this. You can forgive somebody being kind of an annoying cunt as long as they agree with you. But the dog really pushes that, you know what I mean? Like...
Oh, what is that disgusting reptilian beast?
That's the reason people are gonna have to call us Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad. Our ticket to best makeup of a Star Trek film for some reason.
Is this even a review? It's like we're fucking 6 minutes in, and he has done a skit intro, and then another skit. Like, I don't know. It's just, if you wanted to call it something else, you want to call it acting out. I guess that's what he tried to do with his other thing before it failed because nobody watched it. But it's like, if you wanted to call it something else and call it like this movie in a nutshell or something like that, and act the whole thing out and do that, it would be not funny probably still, but at least it wouldn't be kind of like dishonest in a way, like baiting you into thinking it's a review, and then the whole fucking thing is just these skits.
Scaly Warner himself, the Croc.
It's like, I'm skipping ahead
I'm a
here.
dinosaur.
And there's like one frame here where he's sitting in the chair and he's doing the standard review thing and he's like telling you what happens in the movie. And then everything around this one frame here is just skit after... Okay, well, there's another like 2 frames of him being a reviewer, but then it's mostly just these fucking skits.
Next is...
And by the way, please Croc 3. We need a Croc 3. There is a Bubsy 3, but we don't have Croc 3. Actually, there's like a Bubsy 6 at this point. How many Bubsies are there? There's a fucking new one that came out like 2 months ago. Nobody even mentioned it. Still no Croc 3. No Jazz Jackrabbit 3.
Who can create fire?
And we're frozen again. Very nice. This is such a good stream.
But we're saving his backstory for later, so we'll just skip him for now. Harley Quinn, the Joker's girlfriend.
What's her superpower?
Couldn't even get the haircut. Oh my god. I hate this fucking... it keeps fucking up my... anyways. They couldn't get the hair color right, so that's a problem. But, I mean, besides that, damn. I mean, I will say damn.
So hot. Oh my god. She used to be Dr. Harley Quinzel. She was assigned to the clown himself. He got inside her mind and made her a dangerous killing machine.
Okay, are you reading her criminal record or her trading card?
Oh, I guess her trading card.
Well, what does her criminal record say about how she can help us?
She has a baseball bat, right? Okay, well, let's jump ahead here.
The professor and
We're just like a bunch of the way into the movie now. I hope you all watched Suicide Squad, because I certainly the fuck didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
It's just more poorly acted up. Damn, girl. It's just more poorly acted up.
As you can see,
skits.
Harley goes in the elevator.
There is some degree of like of admirable. There is an admirable nature to the fact that they put out so many of these videos that are produced like this, and have some level of production value, like more than my videos. But they're still just like like all of the effort in the world can't unfuck your writing, you know what I mean? At its core, this is still just shit that stopped being funny fucking 10 years ago.
Why y'all looking at her like that?
She fought.
It's kind of sad too when you watch this and you're like, remember when there used to be a whole website and there used to be all these other people that were actual personalities that you watched, and maybe you don't all feel this way. I know I do, because again, I am kind of nostalgic for the Nostalgia Critic. I did watch that guy with the glasses a lot back in like 2011-ish, and there was some level of, when you saw I was around for one or two of the crossover films, and I remember watching them and thinking, well, predominantly, this is kind of, I don't want to watch more of this, but I don't know why. Like, I don't understand. What is this emotion? It's like it's bad, but I like the people in it, so I don't understand. But there was a certain feeling to it of like, oh man, they got Spoonie here, and he's in the Dr. Insano outfit. I like that. And they got this guy, and that's cool. I remember watching this guy, and now it's just Doug Walker and all of these no-names. These fucking no-names just surrounding him. Because nobody can stand to fucking work with the guy for an extended period.
Come off.
So now it's just a bunch of fucking extras that are just like there. And some of them, like this guy, I think is in most of the videos. Because he's their one, he is literally their token black guy. He is the guy they get to play the black characters when they need a guy to play black characters. And that's his purpose for being, that is his purpose for being on the team. Make no mistake. But yeah, it's just these like fucking no names. It's so like lifeless.
Well, we hired her to do, but why would we bring her if she couldn't fight anyone off?
Fan service.
I'm gonna have to say fan service.
Come on, it's for the fans.
I mean, like, listen, I yell a lot, and a lot of my jokes can come down to just me screaming and raising my voice like this because I don't know about that one. But way too many of the Nostalgia Critic's quote-unquote jokes just come down to him making a loud voice, just being loud and shrill and shitty, and that drove me off of the site in 2011 or something.
So Diablo isn't fighting, but Deadshot and Boomerang try to convince him to.
Don't touch me! Oh, you don't want me to touch you? Oh look, I'm touching you, I'm touching you!
But Deadshot doesn't.
And it's just so weird. So he's reviewing the movie now, but he's in, but he's in universe as like a character in the movie that's being acted out in the review. And so I don't know. It's like I say, it's just way too complicated for a video which is ostensibly just taking the piss out of Suicide Squad. And you have to wrap your mind around all the shit that he's talking about is potentially not even an accurate reflection of the movie. Like, I don't know. I haven't watched Suicide Squad, you know? But I hear a lot from people like that guy, JXE, who talks about CinemaSins, that a lot of the shit CinemaSins says in his videos just isn't even true. It's just, like, not even a fact of the movie. It's like he completely missed some important element of the movie. And yet he's just like, he threw it in there as, like, a sin, quote unquote. And that's kind of the vibe I get from this. Like, if you don't see the clips from the movie, for all you know, they're just telling you some shit that's, like, barely reflective of what's actually going on in the story, because how do you know that he followed the movie 100%? Sure, it's Suicide Squad. It's not the most complicated thing in the world. But what if he went up to get a beer at some point, or took a piss, or whatever? Time to take a piss! And he, like, you know, and he just wasn't 100% there. And that's fine if that happens, you know, here and there, and, like, if YMS makes a mistake in his video, he can say, oh yeah, that's right, I looked at the movie again, blah blah blah. But here it's like this whole overproduced fucking thing with, like, skits and everything, and at the end it's like, if they're off, if the stuff they're saying about the movie is completely inaccurate, and as a review the video is totally a failure, it doesn't matter anymore because we've already filmed the fucking skits, you know? Like, we've already sunk a bunch of man-hours and time, and, like, you know, okay. I'm gonna check the chat here, see what's going on. Skits are 2000 and late, exactly. What the fuck are you doing? Cinema nitpicks. Look at the furry, look him up. Which furry? Oh, the black guy is a furry? Okay. Well, you know, not all furries, you know, hashtag, not all furries. Some of them are probably fine. YMS is a furry, and we don't hold it against him. So, like, I don't know. Not necessarily every furry needs to be named and shamed. Remember when Spoonie made content? Yeah, remember when I made videos? Don't worry, the Deadwing Dork movie is coming soon, everybody. Does Spoonie still stream? Is he still technically working on the Spoonie movie? It's like an ironic fanfic, but done badly. He's in the movie, reviewing the movie going on around him. Malcolm the Furry. Malcolm, everybody's talking about how this dude is is a furry. It's like, listen, we don't run an exclusively anti-furry agenda here. I've talked to many nice furries in the comments who are like, listen, I like the art, I don't associate with any of this shit. I don't know, maybe this guy's really off the deep end. I don't know, maybe we will need to look into him, but Tamara is so annoying. I don't know who that is. When you put masks on people to cover your lack of actors. I will admit, when he did the thing with the dude playing Deadshot and also the daughter, that was a little bit funny. Just on a visual level, it was kind of funny. Is that Linkara under the dinosaur mask? We're probably gonna get to... Oh, are we having drop frames or something? Turn down the video quality. It's from Evolander, £10. Turn down the video quality. It's using up all your GPU power just to stream, let alone render a video in HD. Man, you listen. If my computer explodes, I'm doing it. I'm gonna sue Doug Walker, yes, but I'm doing it all for you guys. So it's fine. But thank you for the super chat, and also, Abby Chapman again with another 100 pounds. Unbelievable. She is incredible. She says for not being an annoying cunt. Well, thank you. I try not to be an annoying cunt, but sometimes I ramble for 30 minutes about nothing before the stream starts, and it just happens. 6 minutes into the vid and no criticism. Yeah. Well, the thing is like it is technically, I don't know, because he is in the universe of the movie as the critic reviewing the movie, but I don't know, it's just such a complicated fucking Kryptonite Boomerang for the win. I can agree. If I missed any super chats, I will be getting to them all by the end of the stream, so don't worry. Sorry if I'm not quite as responsive with the chat, but it's hard enough going 3 seconds of this video without stopping and making more comments about how bad it is. If I also read the chat consistently, we would never get through it. So I think we're good for the rest of the video. We know what happens. The rest of the video is just them poorly acting out fucking Suicide Squad. That's the video. So that's a good intro, I guess, to Nostalgia Critic. I'm wondering if we can find... This is from this one's from 2010. This one is an old video. I actually kind of remember this one. Not, like, super well, but I remember seeing it. So I'm going to click on this one. And we're going to watch old Nostalgia Critic. This is the old stuff. This is back when I actually enjoyed the Nostalgia Critic. And back when other people did, too.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia.
He's still annoying. He still does that shit. But at least it's less annoying than it is now.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia.
Oh, God.
I remember it, so you don't have to. Why does Robin Williams suck in movies?
Boy, this aged well. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
I mean, occasionally he'll get a good one, but for the most part, they're pretty bad. We know he's funny, and we know he can act, so how come he keeps turning out shit after shit after shit? Maybe it's because he keeps picking movies that downplay his talent as opposed to glorifying them. Maybe some of these movies just figure, hey, if Robin Williams is in it, somehow it's gonna be funny. No. You need...
And that's pretty much what you think about every one of your skits. So, you know, as long as I'm in it screaming at the top of my lungs, it'll be funny.
Effort. Actual effort. Because if you don't, you get flopped. A remake of the only semi-decent but still imaginative absent-minded Professor, Flubber asked the question, how can we take a creative premise with a weak story and make it even weaker? I don't know, but heaven above they succeeded. So, let's see what the flub went wrong with it.
So you can see already, we're about a minute in, you can see already that this is basically a normal internet review. At the end of the day, with this review, what you're probably going to think, spoilers, is it's maybe not funny or to your taste, but if you're into this kind of content, like, again, YMS, Ralph the Movie Maker, Red Letter Media, whatever, if you're into this kind of content, it's at least recognizable as what it should be, unlike his new shit.
This crappy-ass remake. First of all, you'll be shocked to see that one of the writers is the recently deceased John Hughes. I don't know what's sadder, the fact that such a great writer is gone, or the fact that he didn't know how to use the name Alan Smithy. We see our main hero named Philip Brainerd, who mistakenly, instead of turning off his alarm clock, launches a trash can into the air. This will be the highlight of the film's comedy.
It's so funny. Like, back in the day, I did laugh at this. I did find Nostalgia Critic funny. I really genuinely thought, like, he was great back in the day. Around the time this video would have come out, probably, or maybe a little after. I don't remember exactly when I was into the Critic and the whole Channel Awesome thing, but it would have been around this era. This was 2010 when this was posted, so yeah, like, now I'm hearing him making jokes about how bad the comedy is in this movie, and I'm like, yeah, you're fucking one to talk, asshole. But then, back then, he was one to talk. I did find it funny. I don't know, maybe it just appeals to children. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it only appeals to kids. I don't know. I don't know, but...
I've seen him use a breakfast machine that's never been used in a movie before, except these, when he sits down and talks to his latest invention named Weebo, a flying robot with artificial intelligence.
It's one of the upgrade droids from Doom. Very, very cool. I'd love to see Robin Williams punch the lights out of this thing.
Whose main job is to
like a
whore out
combat
public domain
shotgun
movies
mod.
and Disney cartoons.
You better hurry up. The loan's due at the end of the school year. Tell me about it.
Why does that voice sound familiar? Oh, it's Ariel! Cool! That's why I was thinking of jailbait as well as fishbait. So it turned...
Oh boy, that's a 2010 joke that you probably don't want to make now. Right, so we don't have to watch the whole video. Like, again, we'll skip ahead. This is, again, old Critic, so it's kind of fine. It's not that bad, really. I mean, again, it might not be to everybody's taste, the humor, but the format at least makes fucking sense. It's just a dude at a desk reviewing a movie and talking about what happens and showing clips of the movie. It's a pretty fucking time-tested format, you know?
It liberates an enormous quantity of energy.
Played by Joe Biden, is angry because Brainerd failed his son in chemistry.
I got thrown off the basketball team.
God knew I would pick the one with fucking Will Wheaton.
I flunked chemistry.
And yeah, it's that not quite Shia LaBeouf. It's played by Wesley from Star Trek, Will Wheaton.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did anybody see the last Best of the Worst, the Plinketto? Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt, very interesting guest. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. In general, just in general. I was gonna say actor or like comedian. No, just not my favorite. Just in general, thing. But he's fine in that. But I remember somebody on Twitter was like, I think I said the correct series of emotions watching the new Plinketto is, haha, celebrity guest Rich Evan. Oh my God, it's Patton Oswalt. Is that actually Wait a minute, I hate Patton Oswalt. Fuck. And then the rest of the video is just, oh yeah, it's fine. He's just there. It's okay. But somebody made the comment, just be glad it isn't Will Wheaton. So if you see Will Wheaton on an upcoming Best of the Worst, I mean, it's been warned. You've been warned. It could happen.
A science requirement, you moron!
Shut up, Wesley.
So he sends his two goons to...
Epic joke. Okay, so...
frightening subplot. It turns out Weebo actually has fallen in love with the professor. And not only that, has created a holographic human version of herself so that she can physically make out with him.
Wow. Wow, this movie was ahead of its time. Okay, now you can see... now you can see the kind of shit that made me stop watching the Nostalgia Critic. Let's just... Anybody have a stopwatch? Somebody time this. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Okay, that was a short scream, but yeah, you can start to see. I get it. The joke is she's a scary ghost lady, robot monster thing, but it's not funny to just scream at the fucking camera. There, my dude, my scrotum.
Okay, this is fucked up right here. This is like something out of a psychological sci-fi thriller, not a Robin Williams Disney film.
He's not right. He's not wrong. I'm pretty sure I saw this in a Black Mirror.
Takes it just a few steps too far.
What?
A few steps too far.
Okay, so there's just no audio for this part. What? We'll see just how long does this last. Okay, well this isn't so bad. This happened in Ghostbusters too, and nobody wants to talk about it. Why was that muted?
Got it.
But Cybersex will have to wait as he comes up with his next big, ingenious use for the flubber invention. Basketball. That's right. Instead.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you get the picture. So this is an old Nostalgia Critic video, and again, humor might not be to everybody's taste necessarily. I find it still okay. I don't think I'd watch this now. Like if I didn't know who he was and I just found this video, I don't think I would stick around with this channel. But potentially, if he was reviewing a movie, if this era, April 4th, 2010 era of Nostalgia Critic, if I found this video, or not necessarily this video, but this channel, and he was still like this, you know, and he was talking about a movie that I was interested in, I might watch that review and not be too upset about it. Like, yeah, he's not the most funny here, but it's not, it's at least the format makes sense. So, it's mostly just, like here it's mostly just clips. If you look at the preview here, it's mostly just clips of the movie. It's mostly just him showing clips of them. And I can see how that could be a problem. Because, like, I'm watching this now and I'm thinking, this is mostly, like I said, just stuff from the movie. But a lot of the reviews and shit that I watch now, like, from people like Ralph the Movie Maker or whoever, are a lot more commentary focused. Like, he really seems to be gliding and coasting on just showing clips of the movie, like, as you see. The whole preview thing here, all of these frames are from the movie. And it's only at the end here where he finally gets back to the desk. So it's like, for the vast majority of this video, it really is just showing clips of the movie. So I can see how that could be a problem, copyright-wise, but I feel like the solution was to maybe be more critical or concise or something, instead of just, oh, I can't rely on padding out the video with clips from this movie, I'll just act out the movie, instead of, like, I don't know, but yeah, that's some old Critic. Let's get back to something new. People were suggesting the Deadpool, well, I just magically teleported from down here to up here, so yeah, Deadpool. So people were suggesting Deadpool 2. So let's check this one out, I guess. Check the chat here first. See what's going on. How everybody's doing. Post Malone, Lamau. I don't know, I watched him when I was like 14 and I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, like, it was fine back then. I like this one from J-Ro the Cow, who says his The Room review was just the entire movie with some commentary added. You're basically not wrong. You're very accurate about that. I do remember that video. That was the one that introduced me to The Room, in fact, his review of it. And I remember it being like one of the funniest things I've ever seen, but realizing it now, it was mostly just because I was unfamiliar with B-movie or like shitty movies at the time, and I didn't know that that was going to be one of my favorite genres of anything. And because he just played clips from the movie and it spoke for itself, you know? So I was quoting The Room for weeks. I wasn't quoting his review of The Room. I think he did Birdemic as well. It's similar to game theory and how the funny reviewer became more obsessed with being funny than actually doing what their video intends to do. Yeah, I don't know. I still see game theory show up in my recommended sometimes, and that's fun. I don't know. You know, what is it like to be a channel that's just a living meme? That must be crazy. I like Ralph, but he's cringe. I mean, sometimes, like when he talks. Anytime he talks about video games, he talks about, like Assassin's Creed and shit. I mean, Ralph the Movie Maker is guilty to some extent of doing that kind of, like, cringy skit thing that like, Nostalgia Critic does. But he's made it a lot better over the years to the point where now it still happens, but it doesn't make me go, oh god, it's this. It's like... I don't want to say subverts my expectations, but it's at least, it's not stupid. It's react to the game show. Oh god, the game show, you're right. Oh god. Alright, maybe we'll check that out. This is a Disney film. Insert the Shinji scream. Big Bang Theory 4, funny man with big brain theory. When he said, ah, I laugh. I met Will Wheaton. He sucks. Yeah, I've heard. I've heard he is just ubiquitously an asshole. character in real life, like on Twitter. There's no situation in which he's not an asshole, from what I've heard. Wrong. The guest was Ellen guest star Rich Evans. Yes. Patton was lucky to be. Rich was really slumming it around such people like Patton Oswalt, famous Ellen star Rich Evans. Anyways. Oh, and I should say, I guess, if you're really new to, I don't know, the internet in general, and you want something that if you want to watch something that's kind of like the Nostalgia Critic, came out around the same time on the internet, and is actually still funny now, the Red Letter Media Plinkett reviews are actually still funny now. It's still relevant. So there's that. There's a plug for something that 8 billion people have seen already. But yeah. It's actually amazing, now that I'm thinking about it. Plinkett reviews do a lot of the same shit that these videos do. Like cutaway gags and skits and things. Except with his videos, with the Plinkett videos, they're always funny. Like, they're always great. They're a welcome part of the video. So, a penis with a little hat on. Well, at least you know. Okay. Yeah, a bunch of nobodies. We know, right? It's like that's actually the joke too. He doesn't credit them in the intro. He's just like, yeah, which one is this one? Tamara, or is it Rachel? I don't know. Whoever. They're all replaceable fucking units in the factory of Channel Awesome.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it, so you don't have to. And judging by that very self-aware opening credit sequence, I can take a wild guess what we're gonna review today. It'll look.
All right, I guess it is Deadpool. I guess it is a Deadpool review, so that is valid to an extent, but it's still like
we're gonna take
the context of what we know about the Channel Awesome like environment. Having an intro that's like, yeah, I forget which one this is. Who cares?
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I'm Deadpool. I love chimichangas. I'm Deadpool.
And as you probably figured out, that means we have to put up with asshole cosplay Deadpool. That guy at every convention who thinks he's really funny because he has a Deadpool.
No, you actually don't. You can just review the movie.
Cosplay, but he's really just an annoying dick.
I'm Deadpool. Not in a review of my movie.
Holy shit! Deadpool! Like the actual Deadpool!
That's right. As close as our budget will.
See, it's funny because he shot the guy and there was a gun sound. It's funny because you weren't expecting him to shoot the guy because it's just a review, right? And that's crazy. And who would shoot somebody over a thing like that? But then he shot the guy and it was funny because he shot the guy.
Allow.
Laugh!
How close?
You swine!
Clever writing. Good-looking guy underneath.
Hang on, hold up. What was that? What was this epic line?
Deadpool, like the actual Deadpool.
Let's just go over this
That's right.
again.
As close as our budget will allow.
Oh, how close?
Decent costume, clever writing, good-looking guy underneath.
Oh,
clever writing, decent costume, clever writing. That was written in the script by Doug Walker. Like, you need to know this. He's
okay.
He really thinks that this is clever, I think.
You know, honest
really
trailers
does.
got Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, wow, you're right. Well, why don't you use your clout with the crossover you did with them to get Reynolds?
Well,
I mean, that Deadpool on his trailer got over 20 million views. The one you did with them got, wow, almost 3.
So your point.
I mean, with a connection that close, you surely must be able to work your charm and magic.
Hey, you have no idea the connections I have!
So let's get this podcast with sketches started. I assume you want to talk about my impact on R-rated comic book movies box office growth.
It's annoying because they're saying most of the shit that I would say. Like, it's weird. They're aware of it. I think he knows how bad it is. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what pocket of the internet you could exist on now in 2019. Where a video, how many likes does this have? What kind of ratio we got? What's going on here? That's a pretty good ratio, guys. That is pretty good. That's like all right. I have watched videos with worse dislike ratios than this. So somehow Channel Awesome exists on this like weird part of the internet where there's just still people who think this kind of humor is funny.
And groundbreaking fourth wall humor in the same sentence?
Groundbreaking fourth wall humor.
Well, not so fast, dumb devil. You're the Lion King. Everybody's killed.
Oh my god, I forgot about this. Remember Rick and Morty, guys? Remember Rick and Morty? It's funny because Rick and Morty. It's funny because Pickle, Rick.
About the White Lion.
Hey, where did Quantum Leap come from? Isn't he supposed to be white?
Apparently I wasn't PC enough, so I got a black Morty from another dimension.
I'm the woke version.
You're as woke as his style of comedy.
Does that explain why you look like Krusty the Drunk Doc Brown?
Well, as a completely different person, I think you look very stylish.
Shut it, bald AC/DC.
What the hell are you doing in my review?
You think you're this big groundbreaker, and you're not. There's other R-rated comic book hits, other R-rated comedy hits, and literally hundreds of fourth wall breakers before you. You're the Kanye West of gimmicks pretending not to be gimmicks.
Ooh, a Kanye joke. It's about time someone was brave enough to make fun of him.
I don't know, Rick. I don't think we should piss this guy off.
Don't worry, Black Morty. He's just upset because the Mask comic nailed this shtick light years before he did.
I'm not afraid of
This is just... It just... It comes at you so quickly that you can't even, like, fully register. You want to make a comment about one joke that's bad and not funny, and then another one happens. And then they say something that's like self-aware, and you're like, do they know? Do they just know how bad? It's actually hurting me.
I'm afraid of his fan base. You've seen what an awkward barrel of insanity they can be.
I am Unicorn Julio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Epic.
Because of the clothes, bald AC/DC, I get it now!
We can agree that every fan base has a small percent of crazies. I think you know this more than me.
You know what I just realized? I really hate... If we just mute this for a second... Just watch Doug here. Not even his voice, but just watch the way he acts. I can't stand this. Even with the sound off, it's so annoying.
There's a small percent of crazies. I think
I don't even know how to describe it.
No idea what you mean.
Hey fans, did you know that Rick really likes the honey mustard sauce at Burger King?
Hell is that?
Every Burger King in America ambushed by the pimply corpses of human dignity.
How long is this? Holy shit!
No fast food establishment.
What the fuck does Rick and Morty have to do with Deadpool, too? Like, why is Rick and Morty... Why are they here? Characters that you don't own, that are not your creation, why are they here? Why don't you have your own characters, Doug? Why are you ripping off a successful cartoon? What is this? What am I watching?
Should ever have to go through that kind of anarchy.
It's like, just imagine, you don't know what the Nostalgia Critic is, and you click on this thing, and you're like, okay, let's watch the Nostalgia Critic, right? I'm interested in a Deadpool 2 review. Maybe I'll go see it. Maybe this will be a funny review. And then it's fucking 5 minutes or however long this is.
Twice.
I'm just saying that for a scientist, you should know that a small percent, even if it's a big small percent, is still not the majority.
To be fair, you have to have a high IQ to understand Rick and...
Kill me.
Okay, you're right. Every fan base has a few bad apples, and it's not the majority. But
have you laughed yet at the guys with the guns? Isn't it funny that characters on YouTube are shooting people with guns? That's funny.
Doesn't mean you're still not a one-trick unicorn. I mean, what the hell are you even supposed to be? Slenderman interviewing to be the Kool-Aid guy?
Actually, why are you doing a review on him, Critic?
I admit, that's a good question. People have clearly moved on to complaining about Solo.
Well, maybe because Deadpool is such an interesting phenomenon. It's true, there have been successful films that have done what Deadpool is.
Now we've got a very brief respite of him actually talking about the movie in like a manner that's not insane and stupid.
Done. But something about the way Deadpool
How
is
long will
presented
this
makes
last?
it strangely unique. Based on the comic book character created in 1991,
Okay,
Deadpool got a
informative.
following as one of the few Marvel comic book characters to be aware he's a Marvel comic book character.
Informative,
He was foul-mouthed,
telling me
violent,
what I
funny
need to
as
know.
hell, and constantly broke the fourth wall. But again, we've seen characters like this before, so what makes him not only such a long-lasting hit, but worthy of such a dedicated following? What is he doing with his fourth wall breaking that sets him apart from other fourth wall breakers?
Gee, I don't know. Could it be market?
And that's it. That's all you get for the whole fucking rest of the video. Less than a minute of him actually talking about the fucking movie. And then basically the rest of the video is just skit after skit of bullshit.
The persona of an anti-hero who acts like a kindergartner but with a team of underpaid writers that successfully that one.
Okay, great. Cool.
Long video.
Just start killing people!
Compliance.
He takes out bad guys all over the world, mostly for trailer fodder, but hey, you gotta sell this picture. And comes home to his girlfriend Vanessa, from the last movie.
Okay, this can't be where we're going.
Monkey Jones. Oh boy, you've fallen hard.
You will take your shitty makeup like a man.
You sound like a toddlers and tiara parent.
Act!
It's just so funny.
Happy anniversary.
It's just so funny, I just can't deal with it. It's just so funny, guys.
Baby?
That is literally my surprise.
You mean?
Yes, I want to be preggers!
Great.
Yeah, everything's going so good and we're so happy and we can think of baby names. I'm gonna die.
What?
I am totally gonna die. No girlfriend is this happy in the beginning of a movie without dying.
First of all, leave the...
You know what the problem with this is that I just realized? Deadpool is already a self-referential, like, fourth wall-breaking movie. And they know this, and he just said it a bunch. But now, like, the jokes about, like, oh, haha, it's funny because I'm gonna die because I'm the girlfriend character, and that's what happens in the movie. It doesn't work when you're talking about a movie that makes those kinds of jokes. It just seems, like, just another weird layer of, like, obfuscation.
Because only I seem to be able to do that?
Okay.
Second, that's like the oldest trope in the book. You really think that writer's this talented? You're already shot, aren't you?
Bop.
No! Who's responsible for this?
It was
This
me!
really is.
Typical Middle Eastern European American gangster.
This really is. You know, like there are some I don't know if I want to name any of them because it might be a little rude to say, but there's some channels that I enjoy watching that are good for the most part, but then every now and then they'll have like 20% of the video that's like a really awful skit. And this is that, but it's only the skits. I genuinely think this would not be nearly as frustrating to deal with if it was just watching the Doug Walker critique on things. Because he does that too. He does his own videos where it's just him actually talking about a movie. And I don't know, why not just do one fucking movie? Like, why do you need to do that? Why can't you just have one video where you talk about what you think about the movie and then also make some jokes? You can have one or two little skits in there, maybe, I guess, if you want. But, like, it's
a joke.
You killed my only love.
Non-stop
now I'm gonna destroy you in the most
skits.
horrific way possible.
And what are you going to do, comrade Pizza Face?
Literally nothing but skits.
To be fair, I probably could have put more thought.
Are they in the Red Letter Media room with the tapes? Oh no.
The credits roll as they emphasize what a big deal it is that they killed off Deadpool's one and only true love from the last film.
Rick, am I a dumbass or has that been done a lot?
Yes.
To which question?
Yes.
What are you talking about? We killed off the romantic lead. That's a big-ass deal.
Maybe 30 years ago, but especially for a comic book character, that's not particularly uncommon.
You should replace those hand-job credits you're giving yourself with
Oh my god, every time they cut to Rick and Morty, I'm like, I just can't get over why are you, like, relying on somebody else's creation to make your video half, 1/8 of the way toward being funny. It's not even his creation, and I don't know.
The other movie sequels that did the exact same thing.
You know what? We didn't want a Home Alone 2 this, so we wanted a different kind of story.
I don't know. The idea of Deadpool being a dad kind of sounds interesting.
Your inability to comprehend this key demographic astounds me, Morty. Deadpool 2! The days of acting like a basement dweller whose contrived environment rewarded him with ninja moves and getting laid are gone! Now the hot chick is pregnant, he's raising a baby, and he has to learn the responsibilities of being an adult. Pre-orders through the roof, baby!
You know, you seem to think these movies are only made for angry, awkward, overweight 14-year-old boys, and I give it more credit than that.
Yeah, give art a chance, Rick. Critic, tell us what happens next.
So Deadpool befriends an angry, awkward, overweight 14-year-old boy and...
Really? You had to phrase it that...
Oh god, okay, right, alright. Jump ahead in the video, we'll see if something funny happens. Okay, it's now grown men playing with toys. Guys, Oh my god, this is so sad. Oh no. Oh no, you guys, you can't actually put this on the internet in this current year. Like, oh my god.
Oh no, look out for the unicorn!
How do you have no self-awareness like this? Oh, like, I was talking about AVGN earlier, right? And I said that a lot of the jokes in old AVGN are actually so unfunny that they warp back around to being funny. Because they're like absurdist non-humor in a way. And now, current AVGN, not always perfect, but I find in general he's kind of like evolved in a way. So he doesn't do really outdated, lame fucking humor. But it's just like nobody told Doug Walker that he's just not funny anymore. I'm willing to go as far as to say, back in 2010, when I did enjoy Doug Walker, I would say he was funny for 2010, maybe. I would go as far as to say it wasn't just because I was a little kid and I was stupid, but I would say that he actually made some decent jokes for 2010. References and things for 2010. But now it's like nearly 10 years later. And it's the same kinds of jokes. It's the same style.
Oh no!
And the only thing that's worse now is the production value, because they're just ripping off the movie instead of showing you this. Look at this. Look at this.
It's actually confused.
You know what? Just thwart me. We all know it's coming.
Okay. Thwart.
Like, I remember these kinds of skits from the old days on the Nostalgia Critic and the Linkara and all these people. I remember all the terrible green screen skits that people would do. And they were just the worst thing. And I was fine with them then. But now it's like, no, we don't need that. And I guess to some extent, like, he still does this because that's what he's known for. And that's what people who've been going to the site or watching his videos or the videos surrounding him, whatever, for a while, that's kind of what they expect, right? You expect your shitty skits or whatever. But I would argue that you shouldn't expect terrible jokes from 9 years ago or 10 years ago and terrible styles of comedy from that long ago and terrible, like, fucking green screen skits. You don't necessarily need to expect those to still be funny. You might instead expect the person who's making the videos to improve or, like, evolve somewhat and do other things. And to an extent, he is doing other things. He's just gotten worse.
Get me off this burrito set. Sad thing is, our original car chase was even lamer. They go to save Russ.
They know, too. They know, and they do it anyways, and I don't understand.
So, buddy,
it really is kind of soulless, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, it's kind of like they don't want to do this, but they're making their jokes themselves about how bad their videos are and how lame the car chase effects are and all this shit. And it's not funny because you're actually putting your shit out there on the internet, and for some reason people are watching it.
He's turned more angry than ever, especially having teamed up with one of his cellmates.
Yeah, I'm a juggernaut, bitch. You cannot harm me. There's no one I can't kill, Deadpool.
What?
Seriously, we're gonna go with that one.
He didn't reference it in the movie, and come on.
First of all, it's 10 goddamn years old.
Well, classic never dies, no matter how dumb it is.
Second,
well, classic never dies, no matter how dumb it is. Doesn't matter if it's 10 years old. Just keep using your references. Just keep using your shitty old outdated jokes that people don't laugh at anymore. Ah, it's fine. It's classic.
and I'm really trying to distance myself from X-Men 3.
X-Men 3 or X-Men Origins?
Yes.
To which one?
Yes.
Well, this is my review, and that's the version I want, so hop to it!
Ugh. Russell! I'm sorry more people don't know about the Wilder people!
I feel anxiety watching this. And I'll tell you why. Because the whole time it's like I'm waiting for it to get back to the review. But it just never does. The whole thing is just stupid skit. And it's like watching a video on somebody's channel I don't want to say their name because it is a good channel. I'm thinking of somebody specifically here. They talk about games. Good channel, but occasionally they do skits. And it's not the best thing. And it's like watching one of their videos, except the entire thing is skits. And you're just waiting for them to talk about the thing you clicked on the fucking video for again. But instead it's them making funny epic jokes about, you can't make that joke about Juggernaut. That's not funny. Hey, I was in the other movie. Ha ha ha. Hey, fourth wall.
But if you could just not kill
It
Cable's
just never
family in
ends.
the future, he won't have to kill you.
I'm on edge. I'm waiting on the end of my fucking seat. Like, when does the review start? When does the criticism begin? When does any semblance of, you know, I liked this part, but it fell apart in the second half. No, it never happens. It's just him telling you what happens in the movie.
Sounds reasonable.
Right? We should have done that before.
Hell no, I'm gonna be the little sister to his big daddy.
That sounded bad, right?
Very bad.
And I'm gonna kill the scientists that torture me, starting my reign of terror. Juggernaut, meme him to death!
Oh, I've suffered enough from that, thank you very much.
So Cable decides to join the team to see if they can talk Russell out of his evil ways.
In Soviet Russia, fourth wall breaks you.
Knock it off, Don Cheadle's Captain Planet.
He actually doesn't... hang on.
In Soviet Russia.
He actually doesn't look too bad. What is his character again? Freakazoid, I think? I don't think I ever watched this, but I've seen a lot of screen caps of it. And, first of all, why does he have Goku hair? But secondly, this is not terrible. Like, looks somewhat like I remember him being...
Knock it off, Don Cheadle's Captain Planet.
Supposed to look like...
What the hell are you doing here? You only have 2 lines.
The girlfriend's dead and my New Zealand accent sucks. I'm taking what I can get.
Fair enough. Let's make up for the shitty Dark Phoenix movie we know we're gonna get.
X-Force kills the shit out of the scientists that torture the young mutants right before teaching a young mutant that it's wrong to kill the scientists.
Russell, I know you think revenge will make you feel better, especially because I've gotten revenge on like 1 million people, and by God, it felt great.
What is the moral of this movie again?
No idea.
But killing him won't fix anything. It'll just turn you into a supervillain.
It feels like I'm watching the cutting room floor of Deadpool 2. Because, like I said, it's already a movie that's self-referential in the same way that this stupid review is. This really just feels like I'm watching a shittier version of Deadpool 2, with the jokes that weren't funny enough to be in Deadpool 2, and none of the budget, or, like, talent, or, like, creativity, or... oh, boy.
Supervillain with the name Russell, and that's just uncomfortably weird.
Let's talk him.
And like, again, I get anxiety watching this. I'm trying to skip ahead to something else in the video that's not this. But it just doesn't stop happening. It's always this. I can skip to 5 minutes later. And it's still just stupid fucking skits.
No moment.
Oh, here we go. For a second.
Characters even easier.
For a second or two, we're getting... actual... Let's just watch this. Let's just watch this and see how it is. Let's just see how his criticism is.
With Sunny writers.
You're both right!
Here we go.
But that doesn't make it any less good or unique.
Segment.
Deadpool is doing what many have done before.
Right.
It's doing it in a
just like your reviews.
To an extreme way.
Just like your reviews.
There aren't that many mediums that blend intense dramatic moments with goofy, self-aware humor.
And there aren't that many mediums that blend biting criticism with terrible, terrible skits. But the YouTube reviewer genre does. But you just take it a step too far.
It's usually seen as too tonally jarring. But the fact is, the fourth wall joke...
It's usually seen as just a little bit too outdated and not funny. What was that about the fourth wall jokes?
Make the characters even easier to like, so we care for them even more when they're going through the dramatic moments.
Right.
And on the flip side...
Is that what you think is happening on your videos? I'm sorry, I'm just watching this critique now and I'm thinking, this really applies to his own channel in some ways. It's the same kind of shit. There's a lot of stuff out there that's like this, but he just brings his own unique quality of terribleness to it. Just like how Deadpool brings his own unique charm to his movies.
The jokes seem even funnier when they interrupt a legit emotional moment. So our reactions seem more magnified than usual. It's like a Disney character dying. It's a cartoon and it's goofy, but it still appeals to our inner child, making us connect to them in a unique way. So when something bad does happen to them, we feel it even more. Even with the movie cliches that have been done 1,000,000 times, they still combine what's simple and familiar with what's complex and new. For example, did you realize there's no real villain in this movie? Yeah, none of the main characters are bad guys. They're just people with disagreements. How often do you see a superhero movie like that? Do you also realize how much...
See, now, this is fine. Why is the rest of the fucking video not this? Like, this is fine. This is just a guy talking about the movie, and it's fine, and this is what you would expect if you clicked on a video about a critic criticizing Deadpool 2. You'd probably expect critique of Deadpool 2, and that's what this is.
Went into what's
for like 2 seconds. 3/4 of the way through the movie.
Essentially
through the video. Now I'm calling it a movie. We don't want to give it too much credit
half the
here.
time? Those kind of jokes do not get a budget this big. These are familiar elements being combined to give us something unique. And yes, every fan base has a small percent that's too obsessive.
Yeah, by the way, I miss the old colored wall.
How dare you fight the angry video game nerd in that totally real feud?
Well played. But that doesn't mean the majority of viewers aren't smart, open, funny people looking for both a good time.
I mean, how many of them are watching your videos regularly? We might have to ask how smart they are.
With a bit of depth. The Deadpool movies are worthy of their attention, and the mixing of two totally different genres, both done well, makes them a very different and enjoyable new experience. We've seen these elements before.
You just know he feels this way about his own channel, too, in some way. You can kind of get that sense from the way he's talking. Oh, fusing of the genres and the fourth wall breaking and all this stuff. It really does sound in a way like he is talking about his own channel, and the way he's celebrating the movie, like, oh, it's just so great. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me who notices the parallels, but I feel like for a guy who's really in love with himself and in love with his own clever writing and his amazing directorial skills and all that, and thinks that he's such a film auteur, you know, it's possible. He might be comparing his shitty internet, not even review series, but like garbage recreation of movie series to the actual movie.
Together in this way,
that he's
and
talking
as long
about.
as they keep finding new things to add to them, my guess is these movies will be celebrated for quite a while.
Right.
Oh, it's that same old middle-of-the-road bullshit you always pull, huh?
Yeah, nut up and pick a side.
Yeah, that's the one thing we can agree on. This guy's a
What the fuck? Hang on. So the video is over now, basically. We got credits at 19 minutes in. And then there's... What is this whole segment? What was... Okay, hilarious segment. And then here's Doug Walker himself.
This week we are doing Kids Rank, and this actually ties into a new video series we're doing called What You Can Do that demonstrates what you can do if you don't have money to donate, but you can actually go...
And now we can get into Doug Walker as a person, I guess, now that he's here. He's talking about donating money to, like, a charity or something, which is probably fine and admirable and great. I'm sure it's probably a legit charity, and I say that and I actually mean it. I'm not being like, yeah, I'm sure that's legit, but I'm sure it's probably perfectly above board, cool thing they're doing, and that's nice. And I don't know. I just don't know with Doug Walker, because he knows about all of that shit that was going down with Channel Awesome, all of the weird allegations that were going on. He was around for all of that. He was present. And he just didn't do anything and didn't say anything and didn't, like... I don't know. It's his whole thing. The whole operation is contingent on him. And yet he doesn't want to actually take any responsibility for the weird shit that his business partners are engaging in under the company name. I don't know. So here we are watching Doug Walker, the actual person,
volunteer at some of these local charities.
And I'm a little more endeared to him because he is just being a normal human, and he's not, like, doing that horrible nostalgia critic overacting thing that he does. I'm a little more endeared to him, but I also am aware that, I don't know, why didn't he do anything about all of that shit that was going on? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So yeah, now he's talking about this.
Take it out on the government, so they took it out on the military people. Signs up, dogs and sailors. Stay.
Okay, this is well over your pay grade, Doug. It's nice that you might be trying to do a nice thing here, but it's a little weird to close out your Deadpool 2 video with you fucking walking through a military graveyard. Like, what? Again, maybe a nice thing, but just... A little out of place. Nostalgia Critic is horrible. Deadpool 2 response. Well, you can go watch Miss Anthropony over here, if you want to see that. There's also Bum reviews, if you're not familiar with the fucking Bum character. But let's check the chat here, see what's going on, see how y'all is doing. If everybody's left by now. Miss Anthropony game show. Oh yeah, the game show, you're right. Yeah, I'll probably be checking out the game show next. That other guy who owns the company, Mike something. Mike Michaud, yes. Was like named personally named in so much of the weird shit that happened. Mike Michaud was. I don't think he was the one that was sexually assaulting. Who was the one? There was that guy Sean Faust, I think his name was. And he was talking about how he got, or maybe that was a different guy, I don't remember, but he was talking about how he got like propositioned by one of these dudes, one of the Channel Awesome owner guys. He got like propositioned by them for like hours, and the guy was just talking. Oh, drop that down. Guy was just like talking about all the shit that he wanted to do to this dude. I don't think that was Mike Michaud. I think that was a different guy. I think that was Mike Ellis was his name, or something Ellis. I don't think he had any relation to Lindsay Ellis, but it was another guy. I don't think that was him, but yeah. Mike Michaud was supposedly involved in quite a lot of that. Hey, Deadwing Dork, you gonna check out Lord Stephen Christ for some more concave Earth stuff? I mean, that video didn't get a lot of views, but yeah, I've heard of that. I looked into him, and I think he's like, isn't he in jail now or something? I think I looked into him, and it was like he has a history of threatening people on the internet and being insane, and I was just like, you know, maybe I don't want to poke the insane crazy guy right now, but maybe at some point, yeah. Mike Ellis, yeah. Boogie2988 stream, bully stream when I never really watched enough Boogie or knew enough about him. I knew that he was a fence sitter, and not in the way like I'm a fence sitter because I'm a centrist and I piss off everybody. Like anytime there's a political discussion, I end up alienating somebody who thinks I'm too hard right. And then a bunch of hard right people start showing up, and I start talking about how I think everybody should be equal and treated fairly, and they're like, oh, fuck that. And so I'm a bit of a fence sitter too, but Boogie took it to like new extremes where it was really just, would you just have an opinion? It stopped feeling with Boogie with. Speaking of which, I think Bully 2 is coming out next year or something. That's the rumor. If anybody remembers Bully 1, classic Rockstar game. Looking forward to Bully 2. Definitely not a Bully stream though, what we're doing now. No, but Boogie, yeah, it got to a point where you could tell he was no longer fence sitting just because he didn't have an opinion or have all of the facts or whatever, but he was just doing it because I don't want to piss anybody off, you know, I don't know, I don't want anybody to be offended, I don't want to make anybody mad at me. Whoa. I was like, fuck off, dude. Like, have opinions, be a human being. That other guy owns the let's see. What does Rick and Morty have to do with any of this? Apparently they're like ongoing characters on the channel, I guess, or in the videos. But I just don't understand how that's relevant. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before. With certain characters, like, there was just a new video posted by Relax-A-Lax. And he was talking about Super Mario Sunshine, and he said that it was a hot mess, and I quote, which is incorrect. That's an incorrect opinion, but I like Relax-A-Lax, so I'm willing to let that slide. But yeah, he occasionally does the skit thing too. And with him, it's a little bit obnoxious, because it's like, he's more ripping off JonTron than anybody with the parrot that JonTron has. He talks to his cat, though. But occasionally he has, like, Ganondorf show up. Or, what's her name? One of the animes from the Doki Doki thing. But it's okay because with them, it's not like they're representing the character or roles that they actually have in that medium. Instead, it's like, hey, it's a character named Ganondorf who has a different personality and is like a joke character. So it's fine. But with Nostalgia Critic, it's actually like, here's just Rick and Morty. They're just here. They're just making the jokes that Rick and Morty make and functioning the same as Rick and Morty. And we did not make these characters and have had, I probably know, we've probably not had Justin Roiland or the other one sign off on this. But here it is. We're just ripping off these characters. So that's cool. Dog Walker really likes smelling his own farts. Thank you to Generic McName for shilling my Patreon. None of you are obligated to donate to the Patreon, but it's definitely appreciated if you do. I try to make that clear. Like, no, please don't get mad at me for giving people the option. Because people got mad when I started the Patreon. It was like, oh, you sold out. I was like, no, if I sold out, I would be talking about every new Lele Pons video. You don't understand. I would be doing Minecraft streams. You don't understand. This is just an option. So thank you. There was a point in time where I could understand these skits. Yeah, like, back in the day, the skits weren't the only thing in the video, too. We saw a bit of the Flubber video, which was 2010. And it was mostly just the movie. It wasn't a lot of really dumb, awful skits that just fucked the whole thing. People are asking me in the chat if I'm talking about Jim Sterling. I think I don't know what that's in reference to. It might be the person that I watch who does bad skits from time to time. No, I'm not talking about Jim Sterling. I would never watch Jim Sterling. Thank you. I'm sorry, but Jim Sterling is on the same list as Movie Bob for me for quite a lot of reasons. His wife is particularly special too. Jim Sterling bully stream could happen eventually, but everybody would hate that. So, is it Angry Joe? People are asking also if it's Angry Joe. I'll just say it's a good channel. It's Radical Soda, who I thought was a girl because all of the people in the thumbnails are, it's always a girl, but I think he's actually a guy with just long hair. I don't know. I'm confused, but good channel, good analysis of things, but occasionally when he does the skits, it can be a little bit. Please no, like a little bit much. Not always, not all the time. Anyways, I low-key don't hate the Completionist. Completionist isn't... I don't know. I tried watching some of his videos, and it's like... it's just this very... like... I don't know. I don't know. It's just a type of comedy that I have issues with. But, channel awesome, game show. Let's do it. There you go. Pop quiz Hotshot, or how I embezzled 90K and made the worst game show ever. All right, great. Is this just the video, or is this with epic edits? On your marks. Now here's Brad Jones again. He actually does videos that aren't the worst. Now, he did just upload. There was just a video from yesterday uploaded by Nostalgia Critic with Brad Jones in it. So I'm pretty sure I can't watch Brad Jones anymore just by proxy. But,
get set.
He actually, his videos aren't that bad.
Well, my job's done. I hit the on button.
So this was a game show that they apparently, like, crowdfunded for $90,000. And if you watch this, just take note of the production value.
Alright, catch those fish, boys. I would ask if this is the...
You've got people playing a fucking board game. behind a blue curtain
game, but I can't
in like a desolate. Why is hang on?
$15 store version of this game.
Why is there like a Ugandan like warlord standing here? Why is that happening? They're already filming this in like a weird abandoned warehouse with just like this shoddily thrown together quiz show set, which isn't even a quiz because now they're playing a fucking game. They're playing a fucking board game. But now there's like a Ugandan warlord standing here.
I can't honestly remember what the original version is called. Magnet fish. That's what it's called. I know. Just remember, this is Miss Stockholm.
Poor Brad Jones is just trying his best to like narrate over this. Have some kind of meaningful commentary.
It's dinner for the night.
If you're not familiar,
this is fish. You gotta take them out back.
This is a creation of Channel Awesome, which is obviously includes. Yes, it obviously includes Doug Walker and the other Walker, whatever his name is, and Mike Michaud and all the rest of those fun names. So if you're wondering, if you're just joining us, you're wondering where the Nostalgia Critic is. Well, this is all his invisible hand. Is you see how these guys are manipulating the fish with the board game? He's doing that with this game show right now from behind the scenes.
Debone them, demagnetize them. It's gonna be quite delicious,
actually. Brad Jones is just trying so hard.
The Colonel and the General have money riding on
over
this
these
game.
Fucking
both of them lost kind of big during the Super Bowl, so you can help them out a little bit.
You can't even hear his voice over the fucking music.
I like keeping a musket by the torture dungeon.
Did the guy who uploaded this? Did the guy who uploaded this add the stupid music? I'm sorry, I just also saw. How about this? Everyone who donated money and isn't happy with the finished product can have an extra hour in the ball pit. I would not get into a ball pit that Doug Walker has been in.
A little more fish, boy. 60 seconds feels like a long time when you're catching a
60 seconds sure feels like a long time when you're stuck doing this fucking job.
Bunch of plastic fish in plastic blue water. Oh no, you threw them back in. Well, that was the most humane thing to do. Alright, well, that's German. For Max is our winner. Take him over to the secret location.
Didn't they only produce like 3 episodes of this or something? And then they just shelved it forever?
Don't shoot them yet, fellas. I'm Brad Jones. This is Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Brad Jones. My name is synonymous with this.
Why did you have to just get so involved with this, Brad Jones?
Nostalgia.
Why did you have to?
One thing has eluded me.
I love your stupid face and your stupid like reviews of things. They're actually good. Why do you have to be involved with this?
The game show. I was wanting to try my.
He's like front and center too.
And at running the elusive prize. But when the
sad.
powers that be refused, I had to take matters into my own hands. With the aid of my fellow partners in crime, General Anesthetic, and the love.
Wow, it actually is like a Ugandan warlord.
Miss Stockholm, I created my own glittering, prize-filled wonderland. Questions will be asked, contestants tortured for my amusement, but one thing always remains the same. Here, the 80s and 90s rule. Heads up, universe. This
remember the 90s
is Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Pop Quiz Hotshot. I'm your host.
And suddenly he has no hair.
Brad Jones, the sadistic game.
This show drove him bald. I'd like you all to know that. You all need to be aware. Brad Jones used to have hair, and then he did this fucking he did this fucking game show.
On which my cohort, the General here, make that sweet music that I like so much. There you go. He has kidnapped Max and John. I don't mean to spoil anything, guys, but one of you is going to end up dying at the end of this. Sorry. I don't
the other
make up
one
the
will
rules,
only just wish
except
you did.
I do. Let's hear some of those rules, Miss Stockholm.
Seriously though, imagine being one of the contestants in this. Like, how do you live that down?
The contestant.
That's an ongoing fear for the rest of your life on the internet, that somebody's gonna find Oh, yeah, you were the guy on the fucking Channel Awesome game show.
Have to answer Brad's pop quiz questions. And then when they hear this sound, they... every time. They have to face what's in the box. And then the winner faces off against the nostalgia critic to the death.
We can kill him. We can do that. He can be done. He can be beaten.
Got that all right. No hopes for me.
Okay, now that you know what
Don't
you're
worry,
facing,
sweetheart. There's no hopes for anybody involved in this production.
now that I'm standing on my tippy toes, let's go right into the 80s questions. The My Buddy doll had a female equivalent. What was her name, boys? Yeah, that's right. That would be Kid's sister. Don't pretend like you didn't have it. The bouncing pogo ball was shaped like what planet in our solar system?
Saturn.
That would be Saturn. On Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, which Rescue Ranger was named after a cheese? John.
Monterey Jack.
A Monterey Jack.
Okay, I was born in 1994, so I think I'm gonna have some issues with this, but
The most delicious Rescue Ranger.
I might not get a lot of these.
Dino's Dilemmas was a short on what Flintstones-inspired Saturday morning cartoon? Yeah, I don't blame you.
Granddad!
Kid.
That's the name.
It was the pup named Scooby-Doo of its time. In The Land Before Time, the villainous Sharptooth was what kind of dinosaur?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That'd be the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
How did he pronounce that?
Dinosaur.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Very nice.
That'd be the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You had one job. I can't get that mad at you. I know you're probably losing blood to your brain at this point, being involved in this production, but...
Rhyming with Almeida. Thanks, Guard. It even spells it out for me. What was the war during Reagan's first term that took place on an island in the Caribbean? Max.
The Iran-Contra affair.
Grenada?
Well, given that does rhyme with Almeida, the answer is no.
No idea.
That would be Grenada. Oh. If you said Grenada, it would have so been wrong. Which lead actor...
Okay, well, like at this point, it's just a quiz. It's not something anybody would have paid $90,000 for. Holy shit! But I mean, it's fine.
The TV series.
It's kind of. I don't know. It feels very. You can tell he doesn't want to be there. I don't think most game show hosts really want to be there, but most of them are better at hiding it. I think Brad Jones is a decent dude who's got some level of integrity. Who was like, I don't want to be involved in this. You shouldn't have you probably shouldn't have scammed all of those people and told them you were making a fucking thing. But well, I guess all right, I'll be the host. I guess.
John M.D. was a spiritual.
I would like to believe that's the case, and I could still have some faith in Brad Jones.
To which Robert Altman movie, and not the TV series, the movie was based on.
I missed the question because I was rambling about nothing.
Trapper John fans. The Trapper John fans out there are really disappointed. That would be MASH.
Oh.
In
Oh.
Whoops. Now I know. In Spaceballs, who plays Lone Star? No, I'm just asking. John.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, just go with Stephen Root. He's in everything. It's a fair shot.
Got it.
Probably get it right.
You want to take a go?
I have no idea.
That would be Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
Another good choice for somebody who's just in everything, so you could pretty much be safe. Just
you were gonna say Bill Paxton, weren't you?
I was actually.
True or false? Well, true or false?
Really?
True.
Go ahead. That's actually correct.
What?
Okay.
Wait, what? What the fuck?
True or false?
So this guy rings too early.
True or false?
What the fuck? Like.
Well, true or false?
And then they don't edit this out?
True.
Go ahead. That's actually correct.
And they give him the what? They give him the point. They don't. What? No, you can't do that. That's against the rules. Fuck you. I'm on Team Max. Fuck this guy.
Okay.
That is not fair. Fuck this game show.
What talking doll
Okay,
said...
they took away the points. Thank God.
Yeah. What talking doll said, I know you are, but what am I? John.
Pee Wee Herman doll?
That would be the Pee Wee Herman doll. That's what threw me off at first. I thought it was going to be a Chucky question. What classic toys featured worms and
when does this
grubs
stop
that
being
glowed in the dark?
just quiz? When does this? Is this all just quiz?
Glowworms.
The whole thing. Okay. Here's the nostalgia critic here at the end.
Off against the dreaded nostalgia.
Okay. Oh, look at that smile. He really wants to be there.
And we are back. John, are you ready to face off?
Oh, this fucking tryhard.
Against...
I knew it would be this guy. This guy's face is way too determined and serious right now for the game show that he's currently on.
The final boss.
He is taking this a little bit too seriously, I think. And I've only seen him for like a couple minutes of screen time, but like, just looking at his face, I think he looks battle worn. He looks like world weary. He's like,
I don't have time for this shit. I'm here to win the big money. I don't know who you people are. I just want the money.
The nostalgia.
I got a lot of people that I owe back.
Oh, I could tell. You cut off my sentence there. Alright, come on out, nostalgia critic.
Oh, he's still alive?
He is, but he might die. He might die.
You promised me death. Lots of it.
Well, look, just do me a favor. Throw the match, will you, so that you can be happy that you've gotten killed. It would mean the world.
this guy's really not having a fun time. He's like, I think he's not really sure if this is a joke or not. Like, I don't know. When did this come out? When the fuck was this posted? Well, I guess we're not gonna find out, but I think this was like before all of the drama started happening. So I don't know if people were aware already that you could potentially walk into this thing and just have them treat you like complete fucking trash, and then that's just the way Channel Awesome is. That is how Mafia works. So I think this guy, while Brad Jones is like, yeah, just let the critic win, because otherwise you don't want to know what happens next. I don't know if this guy knows that it's a joke.
It is his birthday. See? This might happen. Alright, we're going to try something interesting this time. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that John loses. That means his... he hasn't lost yet. That means that his $100 prize will then be pooled into the next episode, and if that person loses, he gets pulled next, and so on, and so on, and so on. If it keeps going, someone might win $1 million on this thing.
Yeah, there's not going to be that many episodes there, Brad. Yeah, like... Not a guarantee we're even going to get more than a couple episodes in.
Well, this should go swimmingly. Okay, so the category is Disney love song.
Why did you say swimmingly? What does this have to do with swimming? That joke doesn't make sense if you're not... Anyways.
When I read you a lyric from a Disney movie, you just got to get the right answer. You ready? Okay, here we go. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history. Been there, done.
Mulan.
No, Hercules. Love is an open door. Life can be so much more.
Mulan.
Frozen. And when she's...
Come on, guys, it's never gonna be Mulan. Does anybody remember Mulan? No, I didn't think so.
And when she was sad, I was there to dry her tears, and when she was happy, so was I, when she loved me.
Toy Story 2.
Yes. Oh, this is the night, and the heavens are right. Oh, this lovely Bella Notte.
Lady in the Tramp.
Oh, this lovely Bella nutting? What? Wanna go over that again?
Lady and the Tramp. I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. Sleeping Beauty. Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again.
Snow White?
Yes. A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Oh man, these are some really bad... Do people really like the Disney music? The most I remember of Disney music is like, You Got a Friend in Me, and that's about it. But apparently everybody swears by these fucking songs, but boy, some of these lyrics sound pretty good.
Pinocchio.
No, Cinderella. Do what the music say, you want to kiss the girl.
Little Mermaid.
Yes. Tale as old as time.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. and sit together now and forever, for it is plain as anyone can see we're simply meant to be.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you.
There's like nobody keeping score or anything. This is not entertaining. If there was like a running thing at the bottom that was like Critic 1, the other guy 6 or whatever, that might be kind of interesting. But here you're just left to be like, what is this? Which one is in the lead? What's going on?
Will always burn.
And just look at the fucking set, too. You got, like, a shower curtain back here. This is some professional stuff. Like, how much do you think it costs? How much do you think it costs to put together the best of the worst set? Or, like, the Plinketto board or whatever. Because I know Rich Evans does all of the carpentry for their various nonsense. But, like, the best of the worst set looks at least pretty competent, and I'm pretty sure they didn't embezzle $90,000 from people.
Pete's Dragon. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted, and at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new.
I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 6, whatever, man.
Hunchbacks.
Tangled. I can show you.
I like how they're guessing, and they're like, I don't know, which stupid fucking fairy tale does this generic-ass lyric apply to? Oh, I guess it's the Hunchback. Oh, no, it's the other stupid fairy tale with generic lyrics. I don't know why I'm shitting on Disney so hard. I think a lot of their older movies are probably fine. It's just now they're kind of...
the world.
Not great. Just haven't really watched that many actual Disney movies. I know, like, The Lion King is supposed to be an amazing classic, but I don't know. I think I wanted to watch Cinderella as a kid because I was, I don't know. I guess I was a weird kid. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes. No, I mean,
but I think I saw that.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Lion King.
Yes. Okay. That's it for the questions. What's the score, Miss Stockholm?
The last question should have just been, the Little Mermaid.
Well, it looks like Nostalgia Critic has 5 and John has 4. So, Nostalgia Critic wins. Sucks to be John.
Oh, that means your bloodlust has been satisfied, Nostalgia Critic. Look.
I guess he's gonna lose his fucking thumbs to those loan sharks. Anyway, he really thought he was gonna get out of that one, but not today.
John, I'm incredibly sorry. This means you win free bullets. You're gonna get shot a lot. Face, pockets, balls, knees, feet. Go on. Take him on out of here. How's that crowd feel? Crowd feel good? Feels really good, really.
Oh, this is kind of fun. Like, if this was not a piece of shit, like, slapped together thing. Honestly, if this was made and it was just a thing that they did basically for free, which is what it looks like, with this shoddy ass set and all this, they obviously just blew the money. Allegedly. I can't say anything in legal terms here, but allegedly speaking, they obviously just blew the fucking money. None of it went toward any of this set or anything. But genuinely, the concept of, oh yeah, you lost the game show, so now you get killed, that's kind of funny. That's a little bit funny. If it wasn't surrounded in the scum of what it kind of is, that would have been maybe okay. Now, I wanted to take a look at Linkara. I wanted to take a look at Linkara. Oh, he does live streams too. That's great. Because I did used to watch Linkara back in the day. I didn't really read comic books, but, you know, I liked finding out the stupid shit that happened in some of them without having to read them. I will say, watching Linkara videos did actually get me into comic books to an extent. That and having a crush on that girl in Smallville who was in a cult. You hear about that one? Yeah. Good old Allison Mack. You will be missed. But besides that, it was him talking about comics, and I thought, you know what? I'll read some Superman. I'll read some Batmans and stuff, and I enjoyed it. So I can't hate Linkara too much, but I can hate him a little bit. I can hate him a tiny bit because, oh boy, Linkara. Oh boy. if you haven't seen this video, you might want to go take a look at this video when you're done and find out some interesting stories about Linkara and how he respects women just so very much. He just respects them just so much. He's just such a respectful little boy. So I just want to find, really any of these are probably good. This is from a week ago. I have not watched a Linkara video since fucking 2000. He was one of the ones I stopped watching quick. When I suddenly just had my shift and I was like, oh god, I can't watch this anymore, this site is awful. He was one of the ones that I stopped watching. So, Drug PSA comic, The Dark Knight, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers. Alright, I know he loves Power Rangers. This is a history of... So this is a series about Power Rangers. This one video of this one season is 35 minutes and 20... Yeah, fine. Alright, fine. This one works. This better not have copyrighted Power Rangers music, because I swear to fucking God.
Ninja, the mission force.
One thing I'll say about Linkara is I do remember his badass theme song. Admittedly, the theme song that he used to have, I don't know if he still has it, it was actually pretty good. It was actually not bad, but...
Witness outstanding action adventure in search for the ultimate power of the 680.
Right. Yeah, cool. We know what Power Rangers are, thank you. Minute and a half.
So right off.
Alright, here we go.
So right off the bat, I apologize if the presentation for this one is a little lacking in motion. In case you hadn't heard, changes to YouTube's Content ID algorithm means that the amount of video footage I've been able to use at a time on videos like History of Power Rangers has
Why is he not on camera for the whole thing? I guess this isn't an Atop the Fourth Wall video where he talks about comics, but I figured he would be... I want to see what our boy looks like in 2019. So I guess I'll look, fucking... Oh god, this one. Oh, I remember this one. This was really the old days. This was back when Spoonie wasn't a piece of shit. This was back when Linkara was acceptable. And they were together and it was like not the worst thing, but oh boy. Boy, have times changed. Anyways, I guess we'll just watch this one. It's the newest one. Oh my god, he looks like John Lasseter before the groping. What the fuck, dude?
Hello and welcome.
What is with the glasses? Does he think that looks good? Does he? No, it really does not. You don't know. You're not John Lennon, mate, bruv.
Come to Atop the Fourth
Wow, don't do that.
Wall, where bad comics burn.
Oh boy, I did not. He used to wear just normal glasses. He still had the fucking fedora and the trench coat, but like he had normal glasses and looked like a normal person.
In 1964, Sports Illustrated magazine, in order to create some buzz in the otherwise slow sports period of winter months.
Oh, he really got bloated over the years, didn't he? Right, so...
Popular,
comic.
beginning with Marvel...
Wait, comic book swimsuit issues. Oh no. Is this gonna be one of those videos? Is he gonna go off for a fucking half hour about how much he respects women and how harmful it is to the female gender that there's a person on a page that has like,
issue. Subtle guys, no one would ever guess what it is that you're parodying. Truly, this must have the same comedic genius as power pachyderms. Parody is actually the thing that needs to be talked about right away, because while the first thing one would assume about these comics is that they're just full of Marvel superheroines and bikini pinups, and they are, a good chunk of this first one is made pretty much to act as a parody of an actual magazine.
Okay,
right down...
Right.
Sponsored by Stark Enterprises.
Look, see, there's a dude, okay? There is a dude in a Speedo with chest hair. So any further comments that he makes in this video about misogyny are
and
kind
presumably deodorant companies. Like I said, it's actually presented like an
Right, okay, great. I mean, at least his videos are still what I expect them to be. This is pretty much what they used to be. I can't
The death of insects.
Like, I can't make that much of a joke
Change
about
party.
it, because at
Just
the end
saying,
of the day...
Thanos, maybe Death would have been more impressed with you if you used your...
It's the same, I mean... You know, there's something to be said. Like, now I'm thinking, okay, well, at least it's the same format, but now I'm also thinking, okay, but you've been doing the same format now since, like, 2010. Or before. And I don't know, is it better or worse that... Like, Nostalgia Critic has improved. I mean, not improved. No, definitely not. He's definitely not improved, but he has evolved a bit over time, somewhat. His content changed. At least it's not as good as it used to be, actually, but it's like different. But here he's just, wow, this is from 2 days ago, and he's actually just making basically the same videos that he's made for like 10 years.
Sexy that a lot of media suggests is all I'm saying. Although what woman wouldn't see the Punisher in this skull speedo and not immediately want
He's still talking about woman and clothes and oh god.
Which cannot be comfortable. Also, I think you might have missed the point of a swimsuit issue when she's just straight up naked. And
mid-30s gentleman in a fedora on the internet yells about comic book titties in 2019. Alright, well, we're a little caught up on Linkara here. I had to do that. I haven't seen a Linkara video in a long time, and it seems like I really haven't missed anything. Let's check the chat here, see what's going on. See what's going on. People are yang-ganging. Devolved, mutated. You're being very judgmental before watching the video. I mean, I used to watch Linkara videos. I'm not gonna sit here and watch a 28-minute video of him yelling at titties in a comic book. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's fine. Like, at least it's up to you, you know. You can figure it out yourself. If you want a video if you want a Nostalgia Critic who's devolved over time but actually changed his content, or if you want somebody like Linkara who's pretty much the same as he's always been, at least you know what you're getting. But Like, yeah, I don't really need to sit there and watch him bitch about titties for half an hour, because I know I've seen him do that before, you know? Let's see. I was just inspired to lose weight. He says they're pointless since Rule 34 exists now. Glasses can really frame the face well if you pick the right ones. Yes! I actually think he looked, as I recall, I think he looked alright in the glasses that he used to wear. They fit his face. And now he's got this stupid John Lennon thing happening. He's apparently blind now. I don't know if you're joking, or... oh, he puts on normal glasses? Oh, okay. I thought that was just his new look. I thought he just shook it up, but alright. Hate the new glasses. Oh god, Spoonie. You know that movie UHF with Weird Al Yankovic? Doug Walker reminds me of that, but without the charm. What did I come back to? Other folks from remember not to tweet Linkara pictures of green M&Ms. He had a crush on Mac. Well, yeah. Chloe was the best waifu on Smallville. I will stand by Smallville being an okay show. Listen, it was 10 years long. The first 5 years were really stupid teen drama, which I sat through because hot girls. But then the second 5 years was stupid superhero drama, where they were like afraid to give to Tom Welling the actual Superman costume, so he just had like a jacket. And it was really stupid, and they had no budget. But it was kind of fun. They brought in, like, villains from the multiverse or whatever. You got to see, like, the toy maker guy. What is his name? Toy Man or whatever. A lot of, like, lesser-known characters. Fucking Booster Gold showed up in the last season. And it was kind of cool. It was really low budget and shitty, but once they stopped being high school drama and started working at the Daily Planet, and it just started being basically just Superman light, it was a pretty good show. Pretty good show. They probably... I'm talking about the thing. Talking about the game show. They probably spent not more than $1,000 on the actual show. $90,000, but the prize was $10. Savannah! This is so bad. I love it. Love the royalty-free music. This is making my soul hurt from the sheer nothing on display. I agree. Mulan is one of my favorite movies. I've pissed off Jim Sterling fans. I've pissed off Mulan fans and all Disney fans. The stream is going really well. Really well. One of the best. They might have the Smallville Superman guy in the last season of Arrow. Oh my god. I stopped watching Arrow a while ago too. I forget what season it was. Oh yeah, now I remember. It was that season where they killed off the entire cast at the end of the season, and then the next season was just like, lol, we were just joking, everybody's still alive, haha. And it was, I was like, yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. You don't just do that and then be like, nah, we were just joking, haha. It's like, no, if you were, we were all sick of Felicity. It took us 5 years and we were all sick of her, we thought she was dead. And we thought you were, like, rebooting the series and it was going to be great. But no, instead you kill off, like, 2 characters nobody cares. Anyways, I'm done with Arrow. I thought it would be cool. I thought he would, like, go to a different city and it would be, like Arrow West Coast or something. Like, a new timeline with new characters. And it would be crazy. But no, it was just, come back for next season of the Felicity show. So, if Smallville guy shows up on Arrow, that would be interesting. But I think they also had a Superman in Supergirl. Because as I recall in the first, like... By the way, the stream's probably done now. I don't think I can stomach anymore. If you're still here and you're waiting for more video, I think we might be packing it in now. Gone on almost about 2.5 hours. Pretty good time. Pretty good time all around. But yeah, the Supergirl... First season, I remember they had to have Superman save her from, like, danger in every time something happened. And I think that technically takes place in the same universe, so I don't know. It's weird. It's the CW, like, I haven't followed that in years, but at this point I'm just left like, well, okay, but like, if, like, Superman canonically exists in this universe, so why do we need to care about Green Arrow anymore? You know what I mean? Like, Superman has canonically... I guess it's a different universe where Supergirl lives. It's in the same multiverse, but it's in... I don't know. Oh, God. Anyways, yeah. Now I'm talking about comic book shows because of... ostensibly because of Linkara. I blame him. Yeah, so that was the stream, I think. That was a look back and sideways, I guess, at current and past Nostalgia Critic. We got a brief cameo from Linkara there. We had Brad Jones hosting the most pathetic game show ever made that costs $90,000 of viewer money, like viewer submitted. So that was cool. And I got the wonderful idea to do a video, or maybe a stream, probably a video actually, shitting on the fucking crossover movies. I don't think I can watch them all, because I know the last one is like 5 hours long or some shit. To Boldly Flee, I think it's called, and apparently it's just really oppressively boring. But I could probably, I could probably watch, like, Kick-Assia. What was the other one? Suburban Nights, I think it was called. Where they're all literally just fucking a bunch of fucking weirdos standing around in a park dressed up like Zelda characters and like Star Wars characters and shit. It's about as sad as as it sounds. But But yeah, I'll probably be taking a look at that in the future. Because I hadn't even considered that, but now somebody just briefly mentioned that. Not even in that context, but somebody mentioned that he did those movies, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh god, you're right. I have to talk about those movies sometime, don't I? Yeah, so thanks for coming to the stream, everybody. Tomorrow, maybe, or maybe the next day, I might be doing another stream. I want to take a look at some aliens. I want to find the truth. I've heard it's out there. So, I'm looking into that. If you didn't catch my, oh god, sorry. The sniffles are starting to hit. I don't know, it's not even allergy season. If you didn't catch my last video about Pamper Chew, I implore you all to check it out. It was, quite the experience, as I think I said before. I opened the stream, I think I said, like, I'm so used to Pamper Chew that when he talks about, oh god, I'm disgusting now. I sound like DSP. When he talks about microwaving shitty baby diapers from the garbage, I'm desensitized to it at this point. But it's really fun watching the reaction from like other people who don't know about Pamper Chew or aren't as familiar with Pamper Chew, saying like, oh, I'm never going to be able to eat lunch again. It's like, really? I'll have you know, I edited that video on a steady diet of Neapolitan ice cream. So, anyways, yeah. Thanks again for coming by the stream. I'll read the super chats here, in case I missed any. Let's see. Capitan Bossera, $2. Goose Wayne is best Batman. Definitely. He has it in his heart, you know? He really tries. Genshi Fox 2, $2. It's Batman with Down syndrome. Now, I'm not going to make that joke myself because that would be rude and non-sensitive. Insensitive? I'm going to go with unsensitive. I'm going to break boundaries. But yeah, that is a valid reaction. Thank you. Fuzhou Bane, however he pronounces his name, $2. Why would you do this to yourself, Claw? You know, I just had this idea the other day. I was like, what can I do for a stream? I know, torture myself and my viewers with the Nostalgia Critic. Because I've been curious about how bad they actually are, and I didn't really think I thought that they were really heavy on the skits, but I thought that what it was like skits mixed with him sitting at the desk critiquing the actual things that happen in the movie. Not like with clips, but you know what I mean? Like more actual critique. But then I watch it, and it is actually just the unfunny skit part that you wait to be over and to get back to the actual review. But it just never ends, and that's the whole video. So I was not prepared for how bad Nostalgia Critic actually is in 2019. But on the bright side, I think I've determined, and maybe you guys agree, I don't know, but maybe you agree, that there is, that his old videos are actually not the worst in the world. They maybe don't still hold up that well today, but for a 2010 video, like if I was watching it just to feel nostalgia, sort of like how I watched the AVGN stuff like last year, or whatever, I could probably still derive some enjoyment from that if it wasn't for the fact that he's awful now. Like, I think that kind of ruins it, but yeah, old Nostalgia Critic, not the worst thing in the world. Actually still holds up a bit. Just a bit. At least a lot more than the current stuff is. He really just needs to put that dog down. But anyways, thanks, Bane. 10 pounds from Mevolander. You should look up a channel called Cinematic Venom. He's a review channel that did a bit of content regarding the Channel Awesome controversy. His reviews are good, but he doesn't do many anymore. I think I've seen a few of his videos about the Channel Awesome stuff. I'm always in the mood for new, interesting review channels that make it, like, kind of different or unique. There was this one channel that I watched a while ago, and it was, the moment I saw it, it immediately struck me as being somebody trying really hard to be that guy with the glasses kind of thing. It was that exact format of like old Nostalgia Critic or Top the Fourth Wall or Cinema Snob or whatever. That same exact format. The channel was called Brandon Tenold, I think, something like that. And the reason I watched it was he was talking about the live-action Fist of the North Star movie, and his was like the only review that I saw of it, and I was thinking like, okay, I guess I'll watch this. This looks a little too like, you know, epic YouTube reviewer for me. You know, this looks a little too like 2010, that guy with the glasses. And then I watched it and it was fine. It was pretty good. I don't know if I'd watch more of his channel, but that was kind of what I was talking about when I was like, if I just stumbled upon this channel, like if I stumbled upon old Nostalgia Critic and he happened to be talking about the Fist of the North Star live-action movie, like, I probably would sit down and watch the whole thing just because I have interest in what he's talking about. But now I'm just going on a rant about video review channels. $5. Oh, and thank you, Mevelander. $5 from I Don't Care. I think the only reason people put up with Doug's humor is because they see him as cheesy joke-making dad almost. I guess I could see that. Yeah. It might. Yeah. Maybe it might be something. I feel like there's a time and a place for that to an extent, and making a 30-minute fake version of Deadpool 2 is not the time or the place. Like. That's a little bit much, but yeah, I could see how some people might look at it that way. I don't know. Like I say, back in the day, we only watched the one little bit of the old video that he did. Back in the day, he still did skits. They just weren't nearly as prevalent as they are now, where they're just the whole video. And back in the day, I remember often feeling like, can we get this over with already? Like, I was like 14 or something, and I was still, I was at a point still where I basically didn't even know what was happening. My mind was still jelly. I'm still an idiot now. You have to understand this. But back then, I was a bigger idiot. And even then, I was like, are we doing this? You're gonna bring the bum out again to just talk for 10 minutes about nothing? Like, talk about the movie, Doug. We're here to learn about the movie. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that was the stream. We're now over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I was going to try to stop it at exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes to be punctual, but I was only really able to do that once with the Jacob Sockness stream. Or I just happened to look at my encoder and it was ending at like exactly 2 hours, so I was just, yeah, okay, we gotta end this now, bye. Exactly 2 hours. I can't say no to that. If it's gonna be punctual like that, I can't be like, no, we'll go for another 5 minutes, because then I just ruin the whole thing. But now we're over 2.5 hours, so I'm clearly gonna have to go another half hour just to get us to a punctual 3. No, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Anyways, yeah, that was a stream. That was some Nostalgia Critic. Sometime in the future, we'll probably look at his shitty movies. Probably in video form. I don't know. Something like that, though. Something cool. Yeah, take it easy, guys. I watched it, and I was gonna say I remember it. It's something I watched it, so you don't have to. But you were here with me, so you had to. So I'm sorry. Hello, goodbye, I'm Deadwing Dork. I streamed it so you can suffer too. That'll be my trademark. Alright, take it easy, everybody. Penis.